All right, here's Irpin.
Crisis, as Vladimir Putin's forces have surrounded
a city where we don't know if it's been overtaken by Russia and then taken over again by the Ukrainian forces or not. Ukrainians keep saying they overtook Irpin. Okay, Ukrainians keep saying they overtook Irpin. I don't know what's going on.
Strategic cities.
Maybe this will offer a little bit more clarity
Kyiv within the first
on
72
Schrodinger's
hours of the illegal
Irpin
invasion, which of course he launched on February the 24th. A month later, the Russians are bogged down. Ukrainian resistance is resolute. Irpin, one of the satellite towns outside Kyiv, is a key position in the battle to take or to keep the capital. Cyril Payan and Georges Yazbek have been to Irpin, where the destruction and the death has shocked the world and finally made everyone see how desperate the Russians now are and how determined the Ukrainians are to resist.
Yes, I see everything that you post in the chat, and it's a problem. I see quite literally everything you post in the chat, unfortunately, and it breaks my fucking brain when I see you spam the same question over and over again. I probably am not responding on purpose. What the fuck is this? There's a dead body in here somewhere.
Let's ready to rumble.
What the fuck? Dude, come on, bro. Okay, there's no dead body. You have to see this.
Let's ready to rumble.
Motherfuckers gotta... Bro, come on, bro. Everyone is... I'm not saying he's a Nazi. He's an American. Or he's an Ameribu, okay? Which is kind of in line. Almost as bad. Not as bad, but like kind of, okay?
But do you see this 16 months?
We are literally like... Oh! The brain rot, dude. The fucking brain rot. He's got the fucking skin-tight Oakleys, dude. And he's got the Punisher fucking decal. Oh! What is happening? This is the one thing we did to the planet. It's from a French documentary. That guy has the fattest U.S. dick up his throat. It's crazy. Worth a watch, though. Dude, we are... Everyone is a fucking operator, okay? Everyone is an American operator. It's kind of fucking crazy how much everybody loves America and American culture, and our main cultural export is like we're making everybody a hot dog operator, okay? Straight up. Okay, wait, hold on. This one's funny. Oh, not that. Shit. Hold on, I'm gonna show you one more time. I mean, it's censored, but... Okay, I have to show you this. No. That was censored anyway, chatters, but this is what I wanted to show you. That is the most, like, Turkish-ass shit I've ever seen, dude. Homie, straight up sitting in the back of the fucking... the Lada. Konu bize niye döndü abi? Döndürürüm. What a fucking asshole! Dude, look at him throwing it at the fucking dog, dude. Hey, fuck yourself, you fucking piece of shit. You garbage motherfucker. Yo, white people are about to turn on Ukraine after this, dude. I swear to God. If there's one thing that everyone in the chat that was like, Azov is actually totally fine. I love Azov. Nazi what? What do you mean? Or literally about to be like, this guy needs to be killed immediately by a hail of bullets. I should not have shown this.
If I'm looking tired, that means that I'm tired.
What is this guy doing? What is he doing? This man went in back to Ukraine to do TikTok dances.
Addison Rae going to Ukraine.
Вона не кльова, вона сумна, типу, але ви теж маєте розуміти. No contact with him. So official, like his mother, like because they have like his mother, like. Якісь твої контакти вдома, типу, як.
Do you have any news from Russia? What are they thinking of the situation over there?
They don't believe me, it's crazy. In Moscow, my friends even ask me how much I'm paid to tell such lies. It's as if I was begging them for help, and they answer, stop joking. I know it now. If I have to, I will. I'll take up arms. Here it's my home, and I'll protect my house, my friends, and you, of course.
What about your little brother? How is he? Have you had any news?
No, nothing. All I know is that he was with the army in my town in Russia. From the little information I managed to get, his unit has gone to the front line as soon as the war started. I have no contact with him. I just know he's there, somewhere, on the other side.
Wait, what do you mean? What happened?
From the little information I managed to get, his unit has gone to the front line as soon as the war started. I have no contact with him. I just know he's there, somewhere, on the other side.
What, because he has runes and shit on his face? I mean, dude, not everyone... I mean, I don't know. It might just be Slavic runes. I'm not going to fucking turn around and be like, every time there's a rune, it just means that he's a Nazi or whatever. Styrofoam cup and Molotov overnight makes sticky napalm-like substance that sticks to people and makes things burn longer. I did not know that.
To all the Ukrainians who have taken refuge in France and abroad,
XQC said that you do pop politics instead of debates today, Lamau. Yeah, well, luckily I don't get my fucking political perspective from XQC. So there's that. I would take that as literally a fucking positive rather than a negative. XQC probably watches debate content. Now know what his POV is on politics in general. Do you think that this is a positive or a negative for debate content? Regardless, though, considering that he asks me questions regularly about issues that come up, I'm going to go ahead and assume that here's what I have to say to be worthwhile. Maybe sometimes I'm not able to, immediately be at his beck and call when he asks for things. But
Hasan, can you say hi to my dog Bruno who watches when I'm at work? Thanks.
Pop politics has been through on the intricacies of Ukraine Lamau. It doesn't matter. Again, it literally doesn't matter. People are baiting for drama. Honestly, debates are good for recognizing holes in logic. No, it's not. It's just rhetorically, whoever is better than the other person. That's who wins in a fucking debate. There's nothing more politics than doing debates. For the record. But even then, I personally think that debates are not the best way to de-radicalize people. It can be. But I think what I have to do is better. And what I do is better.
Don't worry. We'll win and you'll be able to come home soon. If you want to enter Irpin, pass by the right. It's the side we control. On the other side, it's the Russians.
Hello, Bruno.
Here, take this for the grenade.
It's going to work?
Yes, good luck.
Thank you.
Merci.
So charitable to XQC even though he shits on you. I mean, I just shat on him too. Like, I like XQC. Fuck does he know about politics, okay? You know? I do. I like XQC. I love XQC. I think Felix is a great dude. Okay? But like, you know, I'm not getting my fucking political POV from him anytime soon, you know? You can clip that and then try to fucking drive a wedge between us, hopefully with some fucking puppet master shit if you want, but
every Russian fucking pussy.
Feeling 22. That's right, it's my 22nd birthday. Can I get a happy birthday, Hasan?
You kill a Russian already?
Every day.
How many?
14th day, man. I live here.
Oh, yeah.
Я живу здесь. Они здесь полные, они полные.
Careful now.
В парке.
They're in the park. Just in the street. There. It's dangerous here, really.
Видите?
Look, it's their checkpoint.
You see tank? No? You
No.
see? No?
Tank here?
Yes.
1 minute, 1 minute.
That's
Better idea,
XQCL.
because you have tank.
Okay, go.
bro, why is he using turn signals? Like, so weird.
We'll kill.
7 months, maybe. Am I an HasanAbi?
At least the French have a little bit more decency to fucking, you know, censor this stuff.
Когда
Rather than Americans who just straight up show it.
русские начали
The
наступать,
Russians started attacking on the other side of the park there, on the southern
здесь
side.
было много гражданских людей.
There are plenty of people, civilians.
Им было
They
всё
did it on
равно.
purpose to shoot on civilians.
Они открывали огонь
They kill everyone.
по всем, кого видели. По гражданским людям. Добро
Look,
пожаловать в
welcome to
ад.
hell.
Come with. This is alcohol, not alcohol in Ukraine. Huh?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Чекай.
You busy? No, show.
О, Рекс! Только не в стекло. Блин, ну не на собак.
Happy 4 years to you,
Я сейчас пойду.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, boss, where are you?
Piece of shit.
It's okay, we're fine.
Мы не прячемся. Мы
We are not
Fuck that
hiding.
guy.
отступаем.
For us, there is no
Не
return.
одной пяди нашей родной земли.
We won't back down. It's our country.
Каждая собака, которая пришла,
All their bastard Russian invaders,
она в нашей
they'll
земле
regret to have come here.
переработается на чернозем.
We'll make fertilizer with their
Остатки их
bodies.
пойдут в цинковых гробах, в лучшем случае.
Fuck that guy, dude. Imagine.
We still have a lot of food. We are lack of electricity.
I don't think you saw him throwing the bottle at the dog. No, I did. I saw it earlier. This is the second time they're showing it. At first, he said no alcohol, and I was like, based. Maybe he's like, you know, a based Muslim man. You know what I mean? And then he said, fucking, you know, I'm going to throw this alcohol bottle at a dog. And I was like, fuck that.
And water. So it will depend from of it, you know.
But the Russians are not too far now.
Yes.
So do you think at some point you will go cliff, or what is your plan?
Love the steam pass.
No plan. We still have people here, so we have to help them.
Bro, there are some really fucking cute cats in Ukraine, by the way. You know, not to be a cat guy, which I'm not, I'm a dog man, but I've been seeing a lot of fucking cute ass cats in the Ukraine coverage, you know. I respect it. Cats are on the come up. Heard it here first, folks. Not cuter than a Turkish cat. Demelan? No, Turkish cats are OP. Everybody agrees with that.
As a liberal, my care for this issue was.
When will I admit that
But
my
now
toxic
that a
masculinity
dog has
prevents
been
me from
harmed,
enjoying
I care
cats?
deeply and have already called the cops.
The only thing that my toxic masculinity prevents me from is running the top of the hour ad break on time. Okay? And forgetting to run it for 20 minutes and then running it 20 minutes into the hour instead of immediately at the hour. But luckily, it doesn't prevent me from telling you that, you know, you can subscribe to also avoid those ads at the top of the hour for free with a Twitch Prime. Or if you use your Twitch Prime already, then you can use a $5 a month subscription. These are the ways that you can avoid the ad break or get gifted a sub too. Here's a 1 minute ad break now. I already covered the COPIUM. Warger, you missed it. I literally talked about this already. Fresh pots. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Wait, oh fuck, did I close the wrong thing? Shit.
G crisis as Vladimir Putin's
Fuck.
forces have surrounded and bombarded.
I closed the wrong goddamn tab, dude. Hey, fam, insurance company wants their money before let me. What? Surgery need. I did Control Shift T. Where was it? Where were we? Where were we? Like here? Oh, there it is.
We still have a lot of food. We are lack of electricity and water. So it will depend from of it, you know.
But the Russians are not too far now.
Yes.
So do you think at some point you will go cliff, or what is your plan?
No plan. We still have people here, so we have to help them.
All right.
Yes, I will play Kirby Mario Edition, whatever the fuck. I want to play Kirby when it comes out, okay? You know I play baby games. I'm on that baby game shit.
Just like me. They bombed my house. My poor dog. We are alive, but I have nothing to feed him. Poor dog.
Hella D-Rip Bozo Pack Watch.
It's out. Oh, it's out already? I didn't realize. Okay, I'll play it a little bit later.
A group of 16 soldiers arrived. They were young recruits from Buryatia. People said, "What did Ukraine do to Buryatia? Why are you invading us? Why are you coming here to massacre us Ukrainians?" They didn't answer, nothing. They just repeated, "We have orders. We have to obey orders."
There are dead bodies everywhere. We had to hide the scene from the children.
Only civilians, it's awful.
We just walked past 20 bodies just over there on the street. 20 dead. Just by the bridge. It's not possible. Poor people who were on their bikes and were trying to escape. It's terrible. I have no words.
Thank you. Thank you for being here to defend us. We're praying for you. Free us from the invaders.
We'll send them to hell.
My dear son, I'll pray for you every
Dude, but people saying classic excuses of soldiers, like, or they just literally don't want to be there, man. Like, why the fuck would they? Especially if they're conscripts, or especially if they like join because they thought they could have an apartment, you know what I mean? They're fucking poor, they have nothing going on for them. You know what I mean? Why the fuck? Why? What? Why? Why would they do that? That happens more frequently than you would think. It's not a classic excuse. It's just a classic. People never been to war given their take about a soldier mindset. Yeah. Just...
night. Be strong. We love you like our own children.
Thank you. Thank you so much. May God keep you alive and may you go back to your families. You are heroes.
Don't worry. We'll defeat them. We'll win.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's up with this dude, bro? He's giving me some serious hog vibes, dude.
Funny thing, because it's a wartime and somebody left me advertising. Foreign students hub office here. Okay, we'll go.
That's that Sigma grind set, baby. What do you mean? That's that Sigma grind set, dude. What are you talking about, dude? Oh, I'm sorry. Should he have stopped fucking grinding? just because war is happening? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't realize we were stopping, dude.
And this is a monument of another Bogdan. It's like Bogdan Khmelnytsky.
I literally, I'm not even kidding. Him throwing that fucking bottle at the dog, I will never appreciate that person. He could save an entire orphanage of kids, and I would be like, nope, there's some fucked up about that dude. He needs to do a lot for me to see him as like a human being again.
Who are you? I'm with a Frenchman. Glory to Ukraine. Glory to the heroes. This square here is very important. It's a sacred place for us, the Slavic people. Over the centuries, we've been called different things, but today we're Ukrainians. We've been Ukrainians for just...
Bro, this dude is... Are you telling me this dude found a quest giver in the middle of the fucking battlefield and he's getting a quest right now? Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking joking with me right now? There's literally just a fucking quest giver in the middle of the battlefield. Oh my god. Is this where the guy gets to fucking learn spells after? He's a spellcaster. You know he's a spellcaster.
Just over 100 years. I study our religion, our faith. Our faith is very strong and very important for us, and it always has been. So the conclusion is simple. If we're Ukrainians, it's because we have resisted. Ukraine means resistance.
I don't think this is Azov. I think this this could be the Georgian group. I think this is the foreign legion. So there is a Georgian-led foreign legion that I think this could be that one as well. This could be that.
Okay, I'm ready. Good. I'm ready to rumble.
I'm ready to rumble.
Let's ready to rumble.
Where are they? Are they close?
What?
They are close now.
The bastards are striking us. They're trying to destroy our artillery. We're going to answer back. We're going to massacre them.
Are you okay, Legionnaire?
Yes, I'm fine.
It's not very far, right?
That's okay.
This guy's not Georgian? No. The Georgian Legion commands the Foreign Legion. So a lot of the French, Spec Ops, UK, American vets that join the Foreign Legion in Ukraine as volunteer fighters end up fighting under the Georgian Legion. And not fucking Atlanta, Georgia. I'm talking the Georgian Legion is an all-volunteer, all-foreign army.
So did they just destroy the bridge?
Where's my brain rot? Let's be forming my prejudices.
Yeah, our Georgia. We might have some homies from our Georgia. On that day in Irpin, 11 people were killed, among them one American journalist.
No problem.
Oh shit, this is the checkpoint.
COPIUM, George Asbeck with our reporter's special feature on the battle for Irpin. See it again on our website, France.
Liked videos, private? What the fuck is this? Why is it showing all my liked videos? Exposed? Yeah, totally. They're all videos you liked? Dude, I like them on screen. Like, what do you guys think? I watch YouTube offline, dude? I'm live all day, every day. And I'm straight fucking watching YouTube videos on stream and then liking them. Half the time when I don't actually like the videos, you yell at me. So yeah, those are all literally liked videos that are incredibly publicly liked. Like the video, forehead. Like the video, weird champ. Didn't like the video, weird champ. Not forehead. I don't know why I said forehead. I don't even know what that would be. Like the video, Puggo. Not liking the video, Puggo. Russia signals redefine goals in Ukraine as attacks stall.
Asshole.
We talked about this already. Damn, bro. We are ahead of the New York Times. I just want to fucking point out that the New York Times revealed this information 28 minutes ago. Just saying, okay? That's a blammo moment.
Oh, the brain rot is here.
Or weird,
JK, love
W.
this community less than 3.
Yeah. The failing New York Times. We already talked about this. Like, oh, here, they might have actual statements. Individual units are carrying out their demands. We talked about that. General Rutskoy's statement was sincere. Our simply strategic misdirection was difficult to assess, but the statement amounted to the most direct acknowledgement yet that Russia may be unable to take the full control of Ukraine and would instead target the Donbas region, where Russia has recognized the independence of 2 Kremlin-backed separatist areas that it calls the Donetsk People's Republic and the Luhansk People's Republic. Russia also insisted that Ukraine recognizes control of Crimea, which President Vladimir Putin forces seized in Ukraine from Ukraine in 2014. This is true. This is definitely a demand. President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine has ruled out ceding those regions to stop the war. Pavel Luzin, a Russian military analyst, cautioned that the public pronouncements of Russian military commanders should be regarded skeptically. While Russia could indeed be narrowing its war aims, he said, General Rutskoy's statement could be a feint as Russia regroups for a new offensive. We could say that this is a signal that they're no longer insisting on dismantling Ukrainian statehood, Mr. Luzin said, but I would rather see it as a distracting maneuver. Bro, even when they're like, they won't even say Russia is taking the L. Even when Russia is quote-unquote taking the L, even then it's like, actually, they're just going to retake Ukraine in its entirety. Like, I don't know what to say about this. Like, the approach here, you could just say, you could gloat and say, wow, Ukraine is actually pushing Russia's dicks in and doing a really good job. Look at them taking the L and you know, hopping on COPIUM and saying we never wanted to take Kyiv anyway. Or, I guess you could say, oh no, I believe Russia wholeheartedly never wanted to. Wholeheartedly never wanted to take over the entirety of Ukraine and simply wanted, as they've stated, safety and security for the Donbas region, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And the way that they're doing it is completely violent and unacceptable regardless. I have to clarify so that people don't think I'm saying it's good. Okay? But no, even in this situation, it's like, You're like, no, actually, they're not even moving the goalposts. They're just hiding the goalposts. They still technically, they want to fucking take over the entirety of Ukraine. Whether they want to take over the entirety of Ukraine or not does not mean anything when you think about whether they can take over the entirety of Ukraine. Do you get tired of doing this analysis every day for hot dogs in the chat? No. If you still think this is about Donbass, I don't know what to say. No, this is about Russia enforcing its territorial sovereignty over Ukraine. This is about Russia punishing Ukraine. This is about Russia saying, how dare you fucking even suggest that you would join EU? How dare you even get guns from NATO countries? You are our border nation, okay? And you will act like it. And if you don't act like it, we'll force you into acting like it by forcing you into submission, okay? That's what this argument on the Russian side is. Best case scenario for Russia, this turns into, Ukraine turns into Belarus, okay? A vassal state. But that's it. Like, people who think Russia could maintain a non-stop occupation in a country that is, like, definitely not interested in having Russia there are crazy.
2020, and I've learned so much since then. Thanks for pulling me out of the alt-right pipeline. Smiley face.
Oh, have you heard about the conversation between pranksters from Russia who introduced themselves to the Minister of Defense of Ukraine and the... Yes, I did. I did see the convo. They debated a British guy into thinking that he was talking to a Ukrainian official. Okay, let's get to American news, though. Okay? And then we'll do the CIA, how the CIA created a cocaine dictator. But let's get to American news. Justice Clarence Thomas's wife was a sick freak, like a sick QAnon psycho, right? From the jump. Even Russia has no illusions about occupying Western Ukraine. That's something pundits decided. Yeah, but people, look, I don't know. Maybe they still do. Okay, I can't say that. I will not say Putin doesn't want to take over the entirety of Ukraine because I don't want people to fucking cut my throat, slit my throat, and take a fat shit in it, okay? I'm scared. That's why I will not say it. I don't believe it, but I will not say it, okay? And I especially won't say it conclusively, okay? Are you not here? Like, or have you not been here? Dude, look at the way people are... Look at the way people fucking react when you say anything. Like, exclusive. It's just crazy, you know? Is your last hill to die on statement you were too scared to take a stand, shaking my head? Well, the hill that I was going to die on maintained its truthfulness, or at least the assessment was intact. It's just the conclusion was not, because Russia did do the unthinkable and actually invade. But no one will turn around and say, wow, like, I can't believe we were wrong when we said Russia was going to fucking take over the entirety of Ukraine non-fucking stop. They're going to do that. Have you read Dugin? He advocates for some crazy shit. Yeah, Dugin is fucking, yeah, he's crazy. Trump or Biden, who you got? Brother, I'm a let's go Brandon head. You know this. Let's go Brandon, baby. Kanye only? I agree. Kanye can save us. Kanye can get us out of this mess.
Reporting from CBS News and the Washington Post about attempts to overturn the 2020 election and keep President Trump in office. Conservative activist Jenny Thomas, she's the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, was texting about that effort with then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. The messages highlight the extraordinarily close ties between the Trump White House and Mrs. Thomas. Chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa obtained some of those messages, along with Bob Woodward from the Washington Post. Robert, good morning to you. I read your report last night, and let's just say some of those text messages are raising a lot of eyebrows and dropping a lot of jaws.
That's exactly right. Good morning, Gail. The messages do reveal a back-channel conversation between Ginny Thomas and Mark Meadows, a top aide
For the record, we've known Ginny Thomas, Clarence Thomas's wife, was a fucking psycho, okay? I mean, this shit was like revealed a while ago. I think Will Sommer, actually, friend of the show, even though enemy of the Young Turks, but friend of this show at least. Will Sommer was one of the people that like leaked this shit. When did you talk about her? Like last year, a couple years ago, like a long fucking time ago. We've known that she was a QAnon freak for a while, for many, many years, actually.
Less than 3.
So this does not come as a surprise to me at all. But having said that, the fact that they can like infiltrate deeply into high positions of power. When Jan 6 popped off, you covered it. Yeah. It's wild to consider that this person has literally like so much influence over over like higher levels of government is fucking crazy, okay? Which is ironic because like when you're a QAnon guy, when you're like a fucking QAnon person, you think like you have to fight against the deep state, right? You're like, oh, we're fighting against the deep state. We're fighting against the deep state. It's like, okay, but then you're the deep state. Like you're literally, you're trying to set up like a parallel government. You know, that's the level of power you have. It's like being a libertarian cop. Talking about a tyrannical police state. Bitch, you're the tyrannical police state. The fuck do you mean? What's wrong with you?
To President Trump, just as he was vowing to fight his election loss all the way to the Supreme Court.
So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court.
A day before Joe Biden was declared the winner of the 2020 election, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas texted President Trump's top aide, "Do not concede." The next week, Ginny Thomas told him America's constitutional governance is at the precipice and alleged Biden and the left is attempting the greatest heist of our history. Meadows responded, "I will stand firm. We will fight until there is no fight left."
Bro, this is literally the fucking White House chief of staff, dude. I'm fucking dying. We need to denazify this country, bro. I swear to God. I mean, what the fuck? How fucking crazy is that, dude? Like, people that are on crack, okay? Maybe not literally, but like figuratively on crack, ideologically on crack, are like stroking distance away from Donald Trump. I mean, Donald Trump himself. You are a loser, by the way. Thanks, man. At least I won your mother's heart, though. This guy says Trump supporters should just die at 1-6 and then comes back and says, "You are a loser, by the way." I'm going to ban. Actually, you know what? I want to hear from him. I want to know what happened to this guy. Okay. I banned you, but I'm unbanning you. I'm going to ban you regardless, probably, for this take, but because, you know, call for violence. But I do want to understand your perspective. So, you know, check in. Tell us, please enlighten me. What happened to you?
Thanks for all you do. The messages are among more than 2,300 Trump's chief of staff turned over to the Congressional January 6 committee investigating the insurrection. 29 of them were exchanged between Meadows and Ginny Thomas. And on November 24th, Meadows texted Thomas that ensuring Trump's win was a fight of good versus evil. Thomas replied, "Thank you, needed that."
Normal brain shit, dude. Straight up. You just have like a normal brain and you're just thinking about normal thoughts all the time in your normal brain. Come on, bro. Enlighten us, motherfucker. Why? What happened? What changed your mind?
This plus a conversation with my best friend just now. It's unclear whom Ginny Thomas meant. Her husband has called her this.
The gift from God and my totally best friend in the whole world.
In other texts, Ginny Thomas repeated false conspiracy theories and urged Meadows to make conservative lawyer Sidney Powell, who was spreading controversial claims,
President Trump won by a landslide,
the public face of President Trump's defense. Thomas told Meadows Powell is getting inundated with evidence of
Oh, that's it, dude? I'm just trolling, brother. Why do people do that? Why? Why are people like that?
Fraud, urging him to release the Kraken and save us from the left.
Release the
taking America
Kraken.
down. And last January, after briefly attending President Trump's Stop the Steal rally on January 6, Thomas turned her anger on Vice.
This is definitely a healthy country, I think. When you got like one of the 9 deities that have lifetime appointments, his wife is like also a lobbyist, also involved in government, and has like access to the highest levels of the American government, and is telling people shit like, release the Kraken. Actually, you should. Crazy.
President Mike Pence, who refused to block the certification of the election. Texting Meadows, "We are living through what feels like the end of America. Most of us are disgusted with the VP." She then went on to say those who attacked the Capitol are not representative of our great teams of patriots for Donald Trump.
CBS News reached...
Wait, that doesn't even make sense. They always contradict themselves, too. It's like, wait, how? Like, you can't be like, stop the steal, like, do anything and everything you can to stop it. And then be like, also, those brave patriots that were fucking trying to stop the steal, those are actually fake. They're Antifa. That makes no sense. I am at least expecting them to maintain like some level of consistency within the framework that they've created, no matter how crazy it is. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck is there no consistency in the fucking... If you're gonna create a fucking moral system that is completely devoid of reality, the least you can do is adhere to the boundaries that you have set in that own fucking moral system. It does ruin the immersion. It's like minus 10 RP, dude. It's fucked up. I'm not acting surprised at the hypocrisy. I'm just, what do I say? It's not that I'm upset at the hypocrisy. I'm just disappointed.
Reached out repeatedly to Ginny Thomas and her husband, Justice Thomas, who was hospitalized recently for comment, but we have not heard back. Ginny Thomas has publicly stated there is no conflict of interest between her activism and her husband's position. In the only case related to January 6th that made it to the Supreme Court so far, 8 of the justices supported releasing President Trump's records to the committee. The only dissenting voice was Justice Thomas.
Robert, thank you very much.
Victory over.
Oh, that's weird. Remember, Clarence Thomas was the only no vote in an 8-1 decision to allow the release of Trump's 1/6 document showing plans to order the military to seize voting machines. I wonder why. Now text shows White was encouraging Trump to take the unrelenting efforts to steal the election. That's interesting stuff, man. That's crazy that, like, I wonder why he took that position. It's just like...
"10 months of anger, baby."
Drugs is our cause, a just cause. And with your help, we are going to win.
All right, we're going to do how the CIA created a cocaine dictator. The war on drugs, a war that the United States demonstrably lost and drugs won.
On the 20th of December 1989, the United States launched its biggest military operation since the end.
People saying, holy shit, this is such a big deal. Like, I don't know, man. I've given up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anything is the big fucking, silver bullet. As far as the Clarence Thomas shit goes. I just don't. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I just don't think that. You know, this is the reason why. I mean, the higher likelihood is probably Clarence Thomas like dying, and then immediately, what the silver bullet is, me in the hallway of Walter Reed Hospital, ready to finish this once and for all.
Come on out, you rapist!
That's fucked up, but also true. Clarence Thomas, he did. I'm just saying that, like, the higher likelihood is that Clarence Thomas just fucking, he just dies. He's been sick. We don't know where he is. They won't reveal his condition. Clarence Thomas could be impeached, but he won't be yet. Fucking no shot, dude. Are you fucking insane? No shot. He's already out of the hospital? Wait, when? He got out? God damn it. I mean, fuck. That's so good. He got released? Wow. I'm so happy for him and for that. That makes me so happy. You guys, if you did thoughts and prayers, you did this, okay? Even if you did thoughts and prayers in the opposite direction. Okay? Even if you did thoughts and prayers in the opposite direction, obviously you are not God's fortuned son, okay? And he listened, or she listened, or they listened, whatever the fuck, and they were like, I'm gonna do the opposite. Fuck you. Fuck you personally. You did this. He's been vaccinated and boosted like the rest of the court. God damn it. Why can't some of these guys just not be fucking vaxxed up? Why is it always the hogs on the fucking ground that are like, running HVAC businesses and shit that don't get vaccinated and get fucking clapped up? None of the fucking Republicans in positions of power are like, oh, I'm not going to get vaccinated or boosted. Like Greg Abbott has like probably for safety took like 8 separate boosters. You know what I mean?
Of the Vietnam War. More than 25,000 soldiers poured into the small Central American Republic of Panama, supported by air power and a huge intelligence operation.
On December the 20th last year, the Latin American Republic of Panama was being liberated.
On paper, the invasion was about restoring democracy. In reality, this was a drugs bust, carried out to arrest one of America's most wanted traffickers. And this drug lord wasn't your typical on-the-run fugitive hiding out in the jungle. In fact, it was Manuel Noriega, the head of the Panamanian military and de facto ruler of the entire country.
Noriega is responsible for the terror on our streets.
And somewhat awkwardly for the US, Noriega had been a key American ally and a CIA intelligence asset
So awkward.
for decades. This is
so awkward. How did that happen? How did that happen, dude? What? Did they mention? Wait, hold on.
This is how the Cold War met the war on drugs, and how the CIA helped to create a cocaine dictator.
Bro, I don't understand. The CIA is good though. Like, right? They're the good guys in the movies that I watch. They're not the bad guys. It's
Panama is a relatively small country, and there's no particular reason why it should be considered a vital strategic interest to the US military, apart from one thing, the Panama Canal. About 5% of all global trade.
I love when people still say, does the government not learn or do not care when this consistently happens? No, they're doing it so it happens. That's the difference. Like they're intending on it. It is intentional. They're banking on it. many such cases. They're doing it, and they're doing it on purpose. That's kind of the point.
Through the canal, which tends to make the US sit up and pay attention. Throughout the 20th century, America ran the canal directly through a series of military bases here, here, and here.
The United States is deeply engaged in the anti-communist struggle in the competition with the Soviet Union. The United States was concerned that the Soviet Union was making a play for Latin America. Panama was a key player on the side of the United States.
Manuel Noriega first came to work for the CIA all the way back in...
It's so weird that, like, historically, the people that the Soviets were siding with were literally the fucking good guys. Straight up. And you can't really say that in most instances. And the people that the United States was siding with were literally the bad guys. Normally, I would stay away from making such broad claims. Normally, I would stay away from, stating something, like making a normative declaration like this, especially as it pertains to history. But straight the fuck up. Straight the fuck up. Especially in Latin America, okay? Especially in Latin America. Stay away. No, you wouldn't. No, I think that, like, making normative declarations about history, with the exception of, like, chattel slavery being bad and Nazis being bad, is how you often get into, weird territory. Okay? But with Latin American countries, Soviet involvement, straight up not bad.
In 1955. By the mid-1960s, he was receiving specialist training in intelligence and psychological warfare at the infamous School of the Americas, where the US military trained many of Latin America's most prolific human rights abusers.
More than 200 Latin American students, hailing from 18 different nations, study technical skills and leadership techniques at the school.
After a coup in 1968, Noriega rose to become head of military intelligence. And this is when his career, both as a CIA spy and
debate lords on the way to Google Soviet atrocities in South America. Yeah, so they can come back with some hot takes from Wikipedia, dude.
Drug trafficker began to take off, with Noriega using his position to provide protection to drug shipments from South America.
Essentially, he's taking money from drug traffickers to help them out. But at the same time, he's cooperating with the CIA, with military intelligence. He becomes more useful to the CIA and to the DIA, to military intelligence.
Perhaps the most controversial question surrounding Noriega's involvement with US intelligence is how much the CIA knew about his drug trafficking, and either chose to ignore it or actively protect him. This is particularly relevant to future President George H.W. Bush, who in the mid-1970s was head of the CIA.
Sure, certainly he had no involvement with the beginnings of any of these things that they're talking about when he was the head of the CIA. Of course, certainly not. It must have been just a total... Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or George H.W. Bush where he was on the day that JFK was assassinated. Bush. I said Bush. To be fair, I don't even know. I don't know. But I mean, but also, neither is George H.W. Bush if you ask him. Rather, what part of Dallas he was in, he doesn't remember. What part of the grassy knoll he was in, he just can't make up his mind on. Was it... What part? Where was he? When you know, JFK's brain was splattering. Where was he? What was he doing? You know, it will be classified in 20 years. No shot, dude. That will never. I don't even know if it's true or not, but That definitely will never be declassified, even if it was true, okay?
Rogan.
Trump knew JFK Cruz dad line attack was meant for Jeb. Oh my God. Wait. Are you fucking serious? Pretty sure he was in the Falklands during that? No, dude. George W. Bush was in Dallas.
His drug trafficking was not a mystery.
The Bureau had briefed Mr. George Bush of the Central Intelligence Agency on the reaction of Cuban exiles in Miami to the assassination. Also quoted an identified source with close connections to the intelligence community as saying Mr. Bush started working for an agency in the 1960 or 61, using his oil business as a cover for clandestine activities.
To the CIA. The CIA was working with many people in Central America in this period who were involved in drug trafficking. The same people who were transporting guns on our behalf, in many cases, were also transporting cocaine. George Bush, in 1976, is head of the CIA. Noriega actually goes to meet with Bush in Washington around this period.
Noriega's involvement in drugs was serious enough that as early as 1972, the Nixon White House actually considered assassinating him. But he was considered so essential by the CIA and the Pentagon that the plan was never carried out. And awkwardly enough for George Bush's later claims of ignorance, in 1976, the CIA actually put Noriega on a regular annual salary that eventually rose to over $200,000 a year, the head of the CIA at the time being George Bush. Then, in 1983, Noriega took full control as de facto dictator of Panama. Noriega went straight into business with the rising Colombian cartels, giving them landing strips for their cocaine shipments at upwards of 100 grand per flight.
Did drugs get transported in his aircraft through this deal that you arranged?
I'm not talking about George W. Bush on 9/11. I'm talking about George H.W. Bush on the day that JFK died, was assassinated.
We set up a deal that ended up
control as de facto dictator of Panama. Noriega went straight into business with the rising Colombian cartels, giving them landing strips for their cocaine shipments at upwards of 100 grand per flight.
Did drugs get transported in his aircraft through this deal that you arranged? We set up a deal that ended up in a drug shipment.
When Pablo Escobar murdered the Colombian Minister of Justice in 1984 and had to go on the run, it was Noriega's Panama that offered him shelter. At the same time, Noriega was keeping up his contacts with the American intelligence agencies. Any drug trafficker who didn't pay could be reported to the DEA, effectively making them the muscle of Noriega's narco protection racket.
Some TOS here.
And Noriega wasn't just cashing in on the cocaine flowing north to the US. For decades, America had encouraged Panama to resist communism by becoming the Switzerland of Central America, establishing a strong banking sector with extremely strict privacy laws.
So sick.
This, of course, was very handy for drug cartels needing to launder money, and plane loads of cash began flying in from Miami, with Noriega providing protection until the money could disappear.
Seems like we only did good things in South America. I don't know what this fucking Brit is talking about, dude. I don't get it. I mean, it seems like what? Sorry, Sweaty. It seems like you don't like it when brown people get to do banking for themselves. You just want them to be over-reliant on the Western developed nations. Fucked up. Unacceptable. Wow. Here you are talking shit about America uplifting brown voices and upholding the industrial capacity of Latin American nations, I think.
To the opaque Panamanian banking system.
Latinx money laundering
is swimming in a sea of money that filters back into the legitimate economy.
The real money starts pouring in. The cartels in Colombia are now very active. Drug trafficking is going out of control. Billions of dollars are being produced by the cartels. And Noriega...
It is really funny to think, like, I mean, a lot of people are completely oblivious to this stuff. So it's always funny to think, like, you know, that America has any say on the planet. Like, America has any sort of, like, moral grandstanding that they could do. You know what I mean? Like, that they have any room to be like, wow, it's so fucked up how these other countries are doing stuff. It's like, dude, are you serious? If you even have a fraction of this knowledge, it's like, the hypocrisy is astounding. It will literally make you go fucking crazy, okay?
Is offered a chunk of that.
Noriega was able to keep getting away with all this throughout almost the entire 1980s, partially because the Reagan administration was supporting right-wing rebels known as the Contras, as they fought a bloody civil war in Nicaragua. Congress had made supporting...
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Congress made supporting the Contras illegal. Hold on. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me America was arming and training yet another genocidal group of hyper right-wing, ultra-nationalist paramilitaries? Wait, stop. That would never happen. And also, that would be illegal. Wait, you mean to tell me that Congress made it illegal and yet they still continue to do it? This does not seem similar to anything that is going on at all. Why are they doing Russian propaganda? I mean, fuck. Why are they doing Nicaraguan propaganda? That's weird. I can't place my finger on exactly what this is similar to that is prescient and is happening currently.
My propaganda.
Fuck, what? You mean to tell me that, like, wait, hold on. Let me just run that again. Let me just...
away with all this throughout almost the entire 1980s, partially because the Reagan administration was supporting right-wing rebels known as the Contras, as they fought a bloody civil war in Nicaragua. Congress had made supporting the Contras illegal, so this all had to be done off the books.
Wait, stop. What? No, dude, that's fucking bullshit. That's crazy. That's not serious. That's such unseriousness, dude. What? There's no way. No way. No way. What? Even The Guardian writing about it? They say Azov fighters are Ukraine's greatest weapon and maybe its greatest threat. The battalion's far-right volunteers' desire to bring the fight to Kyiv is dangerous. Post-conflict stability? Yeah, wait, no way. No shot. When I say that, I'm a fucking Russian propagandist, so crazy.
At HasanAbi,
Shit, dude.
Have you ever done coke? I have.
And that's when Noriega came in.
He was providing intelligence. That's number one. Number two was arms shipments.
So, between the booming cocaine trade and clandestine military supply chains, how did it all come crashing down? In the early 80s, an opponent of Noriega's in Panama named Hugo Spadafora made a series of very public accusations about Noriega's drug trafficking activities. The military seized Spadafora, and a day later, his tortured and decapitated body was discovered. But what probably brought down Noriega was more that he'd simply outlived his usefulness. The Cold War was...
7 years old? Dude, what do you think? Are you fucking insane? It's just that, first of all, those are the only two that, like, immediately came up. That's why I pulled them out. But you think there aren't plenty of examples that we have gone over multiple times? Like, I was just making a fucking meme. Like, what are you talking about?
Winding down, and the American defense establishment was getting less paranoid about communists and more twitchy about drug cartels.
If we can't take Noriega on with the power that we have in the area, how are we going to deal with the drug lords in Mexico, in Colombia, in Bolivia, and when are we really going to take on that war?
In 1988, Noriega was indicted in a Miami court on multiple drug trafficking charges. During his election campaign, George Bush had been questioned about his CIA links with Noriega, but that didn't stop him from winning the presidency a year later.
I mean, anybody who sits there and does nothing and says he didn't know that Noriega was doing drugs and running drugs and is a suspected murderer, in my judgment, doesn't have what it takes to lead this country.
In his first TV address as president, Bush held up a bag of crack and declared a major escalation in the war on drugs, claiming it was a just...
The same energy of the crack cocaine sentencing disparity was literally the same energy why George W. Bush was able to wipe his fucking dick on the floor with Dukakis, by the way, famously. The Willie Horton ad. And this might come as a surprise to you, but it's just specifically because of... and you might have guessed this already, white supremacy. That's the most powerful fucking way that you can, you know, the way that you can win votes in the United States of America. Okay?
Cause.
Victory over drugs is our cause, a just cause. And with your help, we are going to win.
In a not overly subtle reference.
What's Oliver North doing right now? For a brief stint, he was the head of the NRA.
Reference to Bush's drug policy speech, the invasion was called Operation Just Cause.
Noriega was the intelligence hub in Central America. He knew where the bodies were buried on all sides. He knows what the CIA is doing and all of the dirty work that we are participating in. The interesting thing is that he never uses that information.
Over 500 Panamanians died in this drugs bust, along with 23 US soldiers. Noriega tried to claim diplomatic asylum in the Vatican embassy in Panama, but US troops surrounded it and blasted Van Halen songs until he couldn't take any more and surrendered.
He's a fugitive drug dealer, and we want to see him brought to justice. And if that helps, if there's some incentive for some Panamanian to turn him in, that's a very $1 million that I would be very happy to sign the check for, yes.
The potential for embarrassment is high, with the defense team promising revelations of CIA involvement in the murky world of international drug smuggling and gun running.
Noriega was flown to Miami, stood trial on the drug charges, and was sentenced to 40 years. He served 17 before being extradited to a prison term in France and then to another in Panama before dying in 2017. For all the bullets fired, people killed, and billions spent on the war on drugs since Noriega was sent to prison, the drug trade has only increased, and the people who run it have only got richer.
We'd like to congratulate drugs for winning the war on drugs.
Crazy. Crazy. Wait, is there more? Did the CIA actually sell crack in the 80s?
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time.
For decades, the American government has been accused of intentionally flooding the streets with hard drugs. The CIA and law enforcement has supposedly been funneling drugs into the inner cities and to the African American community in...
Bro, the CIA peddles drugs harder than I fucking peddle the top of the hour ad break, okay? Harder. And if you no longer want to see those drugs at the top of the hour, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime, okay? That's right. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime subscription a month. That way you can avoid those ads. Here's the 1 minute ad break now.
In particular, as part of a covert effort to stop them attaining stability, building wealth, and achieving political power.
Much like your drug dealer, I'm also late on delivering your fucking top of the hour ad. You know what I'm saying? All right, I gotta pee real quick.
African American, there's no doubt about that whatsoever. And for the other non-African people, they should know that this directly will harm them too.
These ideas took particular hold in the 1980s with the emergence of the so-called crack epidemic. It's easy to understand how people of color may not believe the US authorities have their best interests at heart. But do these particular drug charges stick? Did the intelligence agencies actually play a role in flooding American cities with cocaine? In this episode, we're exploring whether the CIA was actually responsible for the crack epidemic and how exactly this story gained so much traction. The story of the CIA and crack cocaine doesn't actually begin on the streets of LA or Miami. It begins in the jungles of Central America. In 1979, the dictatorial government of Nicaragua was overthrown by socialist revolutionaries called the Sandinistas. In response, right-wing groups known as the Contras began a brutal paramilitary campaign, receiving money and weapons from the CIA as part of the Cold War struggle against the Soviet Union.
If we cut off the freedom fighters, we will be giving the Soviets a free hand in Central America, handing them one of their greatest foreign policy victories since World War II.
But in 1982, Democrats in Congress passed laws to cut off support for the Nicaraguan rebels. So the Contras and their CIA backers had to find new ways of funding their struggle. What they found was cocaine. By the late 1970s, more people in the US were snorting coke than ever before. Most of it imported from Colombia. In the early 80s, smokable cocaine, or crack, exploded across American cities. This proved to be a gold mine for countless organized crime groups, even those backed by the CIA.
Today, cocaine and marijuana are found throughout our society from top to bottom. And that means corruption, top to bottom, and gang war violence.
The Contras were soon linked with Colombian cartels, and in 1985,
how'd they get there?
Reporters Robert Parry and Brian
How'd the cocaine get here? That's crazy.
Barger broke an almost unbelievable story. They claimed Nicaraguan rebels were involved in cocaine trafficking, and that not only did the CIA know about these activities, they allowed them to continue in order to help fund the Contras' war effort.
When Bob Perry and Brian Barger got a hold of a CIA report revealing...
What's the biggest epidemic of this, of the 2020s, and even leading up to like late, 2010s, 2020s? Fentanyl, right? Heroin, opioid epidemic, right? It's crazy, just, CIA would never involve themselves with that one as well, right? I mean, certainly not. That's crazy. Just like wherever black budgets can be beefed up, find drugs that can fill up those coffers. The American government suspiciously will be controlling territories somehow.
Was finally pushed into this community after Jimmy Dore started talking
That
shit about
have.
painting your nails. Not based at all. If that's all your opponents have against you, then I believe I'm in the right place.
Thank you, the lonely nut.
that they were working in the mid-1980s with Contras fighting the Sandinista government. They were warned by their editors that this was not something that was...
Don't forget, Afghanistan poppy, it doesn't actually go into America. That fentanyl is coming directly from Mexico. Now, the link between, the cartels in Mexico and special forces training, that one is a little bit shakier. The Afghan fentanyl, the Afghan opium that actually ended up on the streets was just in the streets of Europe and everywhere else. Or not fentanyl, the heroin. Fentanyl is synthetic, it's not made of opium. Sorry. Heroin.
Was going to make the people that own their newspapers very happy, and most of them ended up losing their jobs.
At this point, the CIA strongly denied that they were involved in the drug trade. But on the streets, the rumors began to spread.
Yeah, no, pharmaceutical grade opium comes from Tasmania. That's different. That's not what we're talking about. And that is actually, bought and sold by pharmaceutical corporations, which are also responsible for the opioid crisis, the opioid epidemic. Fentanyl in the United States comes from Mexico. Majority of it. The opium or the heroin that you see, street level heroin that you see in other parts of the world, not America, come from Afghanistan.
That the government was either actively or passively allowing crack to be sold. These remained just rumors until 1996, when a reporter with the San Jose Mercury News named Gary Webb picked up the story from a new angle. Webb investigated the case of Freeway Rick Ross, who in the early 1980s was the most important kingpin in LA's crack scene, and probably America's first ever crack millionaire.
What's the most money you ever made in a day?
$3 million.
What Webb uncovered was that Ross's main cocaine supplier was a guy named Danilo Blandon, a Nicaraguan exile who funneled tens of thousands of dollars.
Which, by the way, fun fact, Rick Ross, the Rick Ross Teflon Don, Rick Ross that you know as the rapper, was actually a CO and just like totally fucking stole this, you know, Highway Rick Ross's name, become a rapper, but he was actually a CO.
In cocaine profits back to the Contras through banks in Miami. Blandon, in turn, worked for Norwin Menezes, perhaps the biggest
not
drug
Highway,
trafficker
Freeway
in
Rick
Nicaragua,
Ross, sorry.
who had deep ties
Whatever,
to the
dude.
Contra leadership.
Whatever, fucking shut up, okay? My brain is not working.
And was widely thought to benefit from CIA protection.
The DEA had always tried to arrest Nora Menezes, who was living openly and raising money for
No,
the
a lot of
Contras
people don't
that had
know
never
that.
been
People literally don't know Rick Ross, the rapper, is like a fucking a CO. Like they don't realize that. High speed rail, Rick Ross. Yeah, talk to me when you're high speed rail.
Hasan is also CI.
No, he's a corrections officer, not a CI. A corrections officer. He was a cop. He worked in the prison system. Here. Him, I got photos. Have you never seen this? Like, you guys have never seen this? There you go. Oh. Another photo. Hold on. This one's pretty funny. Here.
Able to build a case against him and felt like there was something about this guy that must explain why they couldn't do that he was protected, in other words. And when Gary Webb's story came along, he not only showed where the connection was between Menezes and Blandon and Freeway Ricky Ross, but he also went into all this history and unveiled how there was a very large, well-documented crack distribution ring that had operated for years, with the CIA turning a blind eye.
What's the process you go through? Like, okay,
I love the Jim Norton show is like the revelatory, the revelatory investigative reporting component here is the fucking Jim Norton show, dude. That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
You're the guy on top, and where do you get your coke from?
I was getting my coke from a guy by the name of Oscar Danilo Blandon, who also was my informant. He's a guy that set me up with the police. When I went to trial, we found out that he was what they call a Contra. The Contras was backed by the CIA, and it sparked this big investigation by this reporter called Gary Webb.
In August of 1996, the Mercury News published Webb's reports in a three-part series titled Dark Alliance. The story grabbed attention across the US, particularly amongst the African-American community, which had been targeted by law enforcement following the rise of crack.
Tell America what the story is about. It was about a cocaine ring that operated along the west coast of the United States.
It's crazy what happened to this guy, you know? He just felt really fucked up about everything that he uncovered, I guess. You know? He just felt conflicted. And I guess he didn't have you know, the Logic song to listen to. So So
the United States throughout most of the 80s. And some of the money they were making was going to support an army that the men who ran the cocaine ring worked for, called the FDN. This was an army that the CIA...
Literally, for the record, for those of you who don't know what I'm saying, Jeffrey Epstein is not the last or the first time that an important asset to our three-letter agencies suspiciously suicided themselves. You know, or was suicided. Gary Webb's official cause of death is still considered a suicide, despite the fact that, you know, he had not one, but 2 gunshot wounds to the back of the head. Impressive.
They started in 1981 and supported...
Better known to us, most of us who remember news, the Contras.
Nowhere in Dark Alliance did Webb explicitly assert that the CIA was responsible for the crack epidemic, let alone that they intentionally sold the drug. But that was the narrative that got picked up in the popular imagination, probably not helped by the Mercury News illustrating the feature with an image of a guy smoking a crack pipe superimposed on the CIA logo. But the story took off not just due to his explosive claims, but also because of another new and highly addictive force that had begun to reshape American society: the internet. Dark Alliance was the first major piece of investigative journalism to be published simultaneously in print and online. The story went viral, getting picked up by everyone from street protesters to talk radio hosts and eventually politicians looking to attack the Reagan and Bush administrations. California Congresswoman Maxine Waters became a particular champion of the piece.
As a public elected officials, all of us must be concerned that our government could have anyway been involved in drug trafficking.
The reaction to the story was so intense that the CIA director took the unprecedented step of defending the agency at a heated LA community meeting.
It is an appalling charge that goes to the heart of this country. I will get to the bottom of it, and I will let you know the results of what I found.
How are we supposed to trust the CIA official to investigate themselves?
What was equally shocking, though, was the reaction of America's mainstream media. Webb and the San Jose Mercury News often maintained that Dark Alliance was intended as the beginning of an investigation that larger newspapers with more resources could then continue. But what actually happened...
I just want to point something else out again. He was found dead in his home, and the official ruling was suicide. And I want to mention once again that there weren't 1, but 2 gunshot wounds. 2.
1 more month before
like,
1 year pog.
Incredibly sloppy shit. Okay? 2.
Happened was that instead of investigating the CIA, major papers like the NYTimes, Washington Post, and New York Times all attacked Webb himself. Webb was eventually hounded from his job and found himself unable to work as a journalist. He died by suicide in 2004.
Oh, come on. That's it? Oh, come on, dude. Are you serious? That's all they say about this?
All 3 major newspapers felt completely caught off guard by this story, so they fully attacked Gary Webb with a vengeance, unlike anything that had ever been seen before, and completely attempted to not only discredit his story and frame it as a conspiracy theory, but pretty much ruin his entire reputation.
We saw a complete failure, perhaps one of the most shameful examples of how the mainstream press can operate in destroying.
The reason, for the record, the reason why I wanted to mention it is because people just, you know, Vice didn't even mention the 2 gunshot wounds. Not 1, 2 gunshot wounds. Okay? I just want to mention, once again, not 1, 2 gunshot wounds to the back of the dome in this apparent suicide.
A fellow journalist for getting at an important story. And Webb suffered mightily for this.
But as people got more and more lost in the minutiae of attacking or defending Webb's journalism, the focus...
Yes, that's where the meme suicide by 2 shots in the back of the head comes from. Yes.
on the CIA's involvement in the drug trade began to get lost. A fact that internal CIA documents held up as a good example of managing a public relations nightmare. But in 1998, the CIA's own Inspector General released a report essentially admitting that many elements of the Dark Alliance story were true, that the agency had known that people linked with the Contras were importing cocaine, had done nothing to stop them, and had even protected them from investigation.
By the way, this is the part of it that is like really fucked up. Okay? Years later, they will conduct an investigation, but because the media is always operating in unison with the State Department, because the media is always operating in unison when it comes to foreign policy issues that ends up becoming like domestic policy problems, okay? That nobody gives a fuck when they declassify this shit. At the time when you mention it, you're looked at like a fucking psycho. You're like, oh, whatever, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, there's a conspiracy. There's a conspiracy. And then years later, the CIA is like, oh, yeah, we did that. That was sick when we did that. You know, it was actually pretty cool when we did that. And it's not a big deal, actually. So shut the fuck up. Alex Jones' take? I know. Well, my takes on Alex Jones are also interesting as well, if you want to know that. I 100% think Alex Jones is a CIA op. Straight up. I believe it. I 100% believe that Alex Jones is a CIA op to vilify conspiracies that are real. Conspiracy to murder, conspiracies like fucking, Webb's murder, Jeffrey Epstein's murder. Shit like that will look strange when you have a guy championing conspiracy theories that also say that and a million other things that are psychotic. Think about it. I think the real conspiracy in that situation is having a guy having a very loud and very fucking public face of like all conspiracy theories be someone like Alex Jones. Do you genuinely believe that, or is that just a meme? No, I do. I do believe it. I do. I do believe it. Especially because, like, you know, Joe Rogan loves fucking having CIA assets on his show. And being like, oh, I love conspiracy theories. And then he has like Alex Jones and like fucking Mike Baker or whatever on. Since I first heard that from you, I believe it 100%. Yes. Now you're reaching. Yeah, dude. The American intelligence apparatus would never do such a wild thing. You know, like they would also never fucking, you know, use LSD to try to figure out ways of mind controlling people or a million other things that they've literally done that they openly declassify afterwards. You know, oh man, our intelligence apparatus would never fucking infiltrate, intercept black radical communist groups and even assassinate their leadership, like literally directly at night while they're sleeping. Things like that could never happen. Those are all conspiracy theories. Like none of that is a conspiracy theory. Those are all well-documented, factually true, factually correct takes that they straight up fucking openly admit. It's not even... That's the crazy thing is that like everything I just mentioned to you just now is openly out and about declassified information. None of it is a secret. Now, at least. I'm pro Hanlon's razor. Never attribute to malice what you can attribute to stupidity. Honestly, I don't know, man. It's the shit they do not declassify that you have to be really suspicious of, is all I'm going to say.
You had the CIA finally coming to the table and admitting that what we reported in the 80s and what Webb reported in the 90s was in fact true.
Mr. Menezes was actually
wild, dude. Written in pain, Gary Webb planned his death with polite precision. He typed out 4 lengthy suicide notes and put them in the mail to family members. He placed his prearranged cremation certificate. This article, unironically, and trigger warning, suicide, I'm going to read this. This article unironically states, he pulled the trigger and the bullet sliced through his face, exiting his left cheek, a non-fatal wound, so he pulled the trigger again. He literally shot himself in the head with his revolver twice. Wild to consider that the Los Angeles Times would just write such insanity so openly. No, it is non-fatal. You can a lot of suicides to the head. A lot of times when people try to kill themselves with a gun by putting it in their mouth or whatever, they fucking miss and then they fuck themselves up for the rest of their lives. Like it's a lot more difficult than you would think. But nobody fucking shoots themselves twice in the head. You hear the story of people surviving and then being fucked up permanently for the rest of their lives. You don't hear the story of them, ever. I mean, ever. Double tapping themselves.
Could you review my ban? I would appreciate it.
It actually happens. The first shot, they aren't sure and anxiety comes in. They don't get it right. They gain the confidence. That's literally not true. That's fucking straight up. I know he wrote suicide letters to his family and his ex-wife believed it was suicide. That's crazy. You never forge shit like that. You're right. I mean, the FBI never famously tried to get Martin Luther King to commit suicide by writing such letters, for example. Not on behalf of him, but to him and blackmailing him regularly to try to, Anyway. Let's continue.
Indicted in 1984. He was known within, my own sources in DEA told me he was known as El Rey de la Droga, the king of drugs. He was in more than 40 files and indicted mysteriously, and people within DEA say that it was CIA intervention that kept this sealed indictment from ever being opened.
In one case detailed in the report, when traffickers linked to the Nicaraguan king of drugs, Norwin Menezes, were busted in San Francisco in 1983, the CIA even requested that tens of thousands of dollars, which had been seized, be returned to the drug traffickers.
The CIA admitted that they knew that these guys were selling drugs and had went to the Attorney General and asked the Attorney General could they not report it because the mission that they were trying to accomplish was so big. It was a matter of U.S., what do they call it?
National security?
National security.
So wait, the CIA was allowing this just kind of to happen, the drugs to go in, and they weren't putting it there, but they were allowing it to happen and funneling the money.
That's what we believe.
This is a complex story, but let's try to answer the big questions. Did the CIA actually sell crack? On the evidence we've got, no. There were no agents with sunglasses and earpieces slinging rocks on the streets.
Bro, yeah, the CIA doesn't sell crack in the same way that like Hershey's doesn't take advantage of child slave labor. They outsource it. What the fuck do you mean? That doesn't mean they're not doing it directionally and totally not only not turning just a blind eye to it, but like literally doing it, paying the people that are doing it, not investigating the people that they're doing it, protecting the people that they're doing it. That's fucking insane. How can you make this video and then that's the conclusion you arrive at? What the fuck?
Did the CIA work with and protect major drug traffickers? Yes, absolutely. They've been forced to admit that publicly. The real tragedy here is that as far as...
Bro, people think the CIA is a bunch of fucking dudes wearing aviators and like, you know, clapping motherfuckers. And at a certain point, they probably had some field agents that were like that, and I'm sure they still do, okay? But now, and even back then, it was like accountants, okay? It was, you know, there's still plenty of fucking analyst motherfuckers in the CIA. They're not gonna go out in the streets and directly sell crack. They're going to convert CIs. They're going to arrest people and then work with the people that they've arrested and tell them, hey, you're arrested now, bitch. You're my bitch now. You're going to do the things I want you to do. It's fine. You can keep doing it. But you can keep being out and about. But you need to do what I want you to do, okay? Which is sell crack. Why no one thinks that they're like, you know, dealing on the streets. You know what I mean? No one.
As we know, no one from the CIA or the mainstream media even lost their jobs over this. The only people who suffered for it were the journalists who exposed the story and the millions of people targeted by the unjust and racist laws that were passed in response to the 1980s.
I mean, they're basically saying they sold it without saying they sold it.
We'd like to congratulate...
So I don't know what else to say about that. He's right. The service bureaucracy may not have ordered their asses to do this or even wanted this, but once they internally discovered some of their asses were making money doing this, they decided it was an acceptable outcome to achieve their foreign policy aims. I think the most interesting part about these black budget operations, okay, is the fact that, like, the Pentagon has a fucking gaping hole in it, okay? Straight up. Like, a gigantic fucking hole in it. What is it, like $35 trillion in accounting is just gone missing? No one knows. And even then, it's not enough. How? Like, there is already a $35 trillion accounting black hole in the Pentagon, okay? So we don't know where $35 trillion is. There's no accounting for it. We don't know where it is. We will never figure out where it is, okay? We'll never know where it went. But on top of that, it's still like, even with that level of money being gone missing, it's not enough. And then we still need to keep funding these sorts of operations to continuously fund other shit that we're doing, other destabilizing efforts that we're engaging in. CIA Gladio'yu kurdu. Komünistlere mücadele adı altında 90'lar Türkiye'ye geldi. Afganistan üzerinden getirdiği uyuşturucuyu Avrupa'ya satmaya başladı. Balkanlar üzerinden bunu yaydı şu an. Yeni bir uyuşturucu koridoru açıldı. Brezilya'dan gelen uyuşturucular Türkiye üzerinden ve Yunanistan üzerinden Avrupa'ya yayılıyor. Turkish people are Turkish man talking about fucking Gladio and NATO involvement in Turkey and how it ties back to America's drug running operation by by way of Turkey opening up drug sale corridors. CIA doesn't involve himself in that sort of behavior. That's why they swiftly remove rogue agents from the agency. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's fucking wild that like 35 trillion is not enough. That they still have other shit on top of that.
Nine months poggies.
Anyway. I love this. Bro, what is this? And I thought my country was corrupt. In America, our corruption is legalized. In America, we, for example, don't have bribery. What we have instead is lobbying. We have codified bribery, so it's somehow not as bad
Happy for your
and
ass.
shitty and something that barbarians would do. Okay, we're above that. That's why we literally codified it. We made it legal. So it's not a bribe. It's different.
Lobbying is legit legal bribery. Happy 11 months.
Pentagons. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm done talking about this stuff. It does freak me out a little bit talking about this shit. All right, give me the new Wisecrack video about Joseph Robin at Rogan instead. Where is it? The new Joseph Rogan?
At HasanAbi,
There's a new
12
Joe
months since
Rogan
I found
video.
you, and 48 months since you started. You're better than ever.
Wisecrack made a new Joe Rogan video, and I'm in it apparently. The philosophy of Joe Rogan.
Be sure to check that out. But his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, in 2009. It was bought by Spotify in 2020 for a, technically speaking, ton of money, and today it's the most popular pod in the world. Rogan's devoted fans regularly tune in to consume episodes that often last longer than your average REM cycle. But lately, Rogan's come under fire for spreading misinformation about COVID, interviewing some pretty sus people, and supplying enough racial slurs for multiple compilation videos. In fact, it's starting to feel like the only person more fervent than a Joe Rogan fan is a Joe Rogan hater. So what makes Joe Rogan such a provocative cultural flashpoint? Why does this seemingly normal specimen of a man inspire equally aggressive amounts of love and anger? And ultimately, what does Rogan's prominence say about our society? Let's dig in and find out in this Wisecrack edition, what's the deal with Joe Rogan? Now, let's be clear. We've posed a question with no easy answer. Joe Rogan's deal is innately hard to define. That's in large part because there really isn't anyone else doing what he's doing, at least at his level of fame and influence. Sure, he asks people questions under the pretext of gathering information, but he doesn't claim to be a journalist. He talks to experts, but has never himself claimed to be an expert on anything, except maybe porn.
Oops. Yeah. I'm like, whew, I got it out of my system. Now I can concentrate on my life, my career, and if I meet somebody, I won't be so needy.
And he might perform stand-up, but on the show, he doesn't function as a comedian. He's unabashedly in search of genuine discourse about a range of topics. His listeners often say that they see themselves reflected in Rogan. He paints himself as an average dude who just so happens to be able to hold his own in conversation with everyone from comedians to astrophysicists.
So philosophy and quantum mechanics, they sort of, they share some sort of a border.
Importantly, Rogan has crafted a platform for himself that grants him complete control over his public image, and he seems to use it to intentionally baffle the mainstream media. Because Rogan rarely gives interviews, the only way to understand him is to actually listen to his lengthy podcasts. This gives him a heavily cultivated outsider status. That's even as he makes millions of dollars off one of the biggest media companies in the world, and arguably stands as one of the most influential people in America. But if Rogan
and is himself an oh, look at that, Kyle. And is himself an influential media company, okay? Joe Rogan as a singular individual is more impactful than many media companies that launch and inevitably fail, okay? Something to consider.
Rogan was just innocuously interviewing tons of people, he probably wouldn't be instigating this level of controversy. Though, of course, some of his guest choices have been questionable.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, we are live, Gavin McInnes.
But where Rogan gets slipperier than a lubed up butter sculpture of a dolphin is in his actual beliefs. He has said, if you say you disagree with me, I probably disagree with me too. I disagree with me all the time. And indeed, his worldview is inherently impossible to define or pin down.
God damn it, I would wear that shirt, dude.
Opinions are not even internally consistent. Anytime someone levies a critique about his views as expressed in one episode, there seems to always be another episode where he says the opposite. It's a powerful tactic that does not work in other forms of media enterprise. Typically, ideological consistency is demanded. It'd be like if the New York Times editorial board refuted itself every week.
Wait, they kind of do that, though. Like, low-key. Actually, they don't. Wow. They're usually hyper-capitalist. But, like, there have been instances where the New York Times editorial board has... I can't tell if he's joking.
And because any one of his controversial opinions is personally...
Okay, he's not joking about it. Yeah, no, the editorial board does actually... I mean, I guess they don't... The editorial board doesn't, but, like, op-ed pieces routinely fucking... contradict itself.
Contradicted by him.
Please, Hasan, fight the urge to be a Rogan head. Wait, I am not a fucking Rogan head, dude. I mean, I like Joe Rogan, I do, but you know, there's not. But I think I'm pretty critical of Joe Rogan. Let's be real.
He can get away with voicing just about any viewpoint he wants. That means he can't really be held accountable the way other public figures actually striving for consistency.
Would you wear this guy's online ceramic shirt too? Absolutely.
Rogan might mock mask wearing with comedian Bill Burr.
I just love how wearing a mask became like this like soft thing that you were doing, like being courteous. Being courteous. Why is this for that was so stupid.
But just a few months earlier, he hosted epidemiologist Michael Osterholm, who issued grave warnings about the importance of taking the virus seriously.
Well, first of all, you have to understand the timing of it in the sense that it's just beginning. And so in terms of what hurt
pain, suffering, death has happened so far is really just beginning.
And then, a year later, he gave a platform to cardiologist Peter McCullough, who claimed that the pandemic was planned by universities like Johns Hopkins.
And it seemed to be completely organized and intentional in order to create acceptance for and then promote mass vaccination.
Oh, consistency, where art thou? Anyway, by establishing himself as an open-minded goofball who just likes to chat with smart people, Rogan creates a unique intellectual liminal zone in which he and his audience can just ask questions, even if those questions are being posed to and by some controversial folks.
I don't think he said Bill Burr was anti-masker, because the video footage that they showed, I think he misunderstood that. Because the video that you just showed...
These nuts.
The video that they just showed was him being pro-mask, so.
Across the political spectrum, Rogan belies comparison. With conservatives like Ben Shapiro or Alex Jones, liberals like the Pod Save America guys, or leftists like streamer Hasan Piker, the agenda being relayed is always pretty explicit. In contrast, Rogan has cultivated a platform of
What's up, dude? What's up, dude? That's it? Is that the only mention I get? That's what it was?
followers who intrinsically believe in and
Who's
trust
that guy,
him,
dude?
despite not fully knowing what his beliefs are. Perhaps the closest thing we have today to what Rogan does is something like The View, where a group of women sit around and chat about a broad range of topics they lack expertise on, but have strong feelings about. Like Rogan, they'll bring in experts to learn from, to lend credibility, and to hopefully offer the audience some intellectual value. But because there isn't really a The View for men, many fans see Rogan as providing a masculine-coded space that doesn't exist elsewhere. Furthermore, Rogan doesn't talk down to his audience, and that's a big deal, because a lot of Rogan fans see mainstream media as being pretty judgy towards non-mainstream opinions. But Rogan harbors no judgment towards his guests or his audience. Hell, he's got no judgment for anyone. Come as you are. In Rogan's universe, everybody with an opinion is cool, from Bernie Sanders to a Proud Boy. The only real sin is not listening to each other. And that's what makes Rogan so compelling. His listeners don't feel like they're being told what to think. They see Rogan fostering open dialogue across the ideological spectrum, and then having enough faith in his audience to draw their own conclusions. Taken at face value, that sounds great. If we buy the curated image that Rogan has crafted of himself and his podcast, it actually sounds pretty benign. Now, importantly, because of Rogan's intellectual flexibility and willingness to talk to anyone, many of his listeners describe him as an outside disruptor speaking truth to power and countering mainstream narratives. This characterization, though, ignores an important reality. These days, Joe Rogan is as mainstream as it gets. Indeed, each week his podcasts get more listeners than any single evening of programming on a major news network. Even as he pitches himself as an outsider, it's hard to not call him mainstream. This apparent contradiction was explained by the New York Times podcast, The Daily, which posits that there are really two mainstream medias at play here. There's what they call the corporate legacy mainstream, that is huge newspapers like the New York Times or a television news network. These organizations are supposedly held to certain journalistic standards and practices, like fact-checking, source vetting, and not spreading misinformation. In practice, this doesn't always go perfectly, but the ideals still stand. Reporters, editors, legal teams, and fact-checkers all collaborate to ensure their content is responsible and unimpeachable. They are machines with lots of moving parts and a lot of money. This is the establishment mainstream. And then there's Rogan's mainstream, a sort of Wild West where the rules of journalism no longer apply. While a skilled interviewer, Rogan's not beholden to those same standards of research, sourcing, fact-checking, and so on. His podcast is informal. It allows a wide range of viewpoints without concern for whether or not those views are properly backed up by standards like peer review. As a result, he's seen as being anti-establishment and allowing those not typically given a platform to speak. So, Rogan's not journalism, but he's also not explicitly trying to entertain in the usual sense of the word. Sure, he'll have funny comedians and actual conspiracy theorists on his show, but he'll also invite highbrow intellectuals. In a world where the line between entertainment and journalism has become increasingly blurry, Rogan collapses that dichotomy entirely. And while his fans may see themselves as pushing
Wait, isn't that the fucking North Korean person who like likened Columbia University to North Korean labor camps? Yeonmi Park, right? That's her name, I think. Man, Rogan has like, dude, Joe Rogan has the weirdest fucking guests on, dude. It's just like, it just straight up is not. There's a slant there, okay?
Back against the corporate legacy mainstream, they are very much a part of Rogan's mainstream, complete with a huge voice and a huge platform. This is no counterculture, but his mainstream is undoubtedly pushing back against gatekeeping. And the experts and intellectuals that modern journalism relies on are often considered to be doing just that. To understand Rogan's appeal as the self-defined common man of the media, we have to understand anti-intellectualism as a force in America. Now, there's been a long-standing tension in America between the so-called elite intelligentsia and the average Joe. While our earliest leaders were undoubtedly the headiest of intellectuals, men of the mind were met with suspicion as early as Thomas Jefferson's presidential run in 1796. And in the early 19th century, as the ideals of populist democracy came to the forefront of the American consciousness, the goal was to eliminate status differences in public life. According to historian Richard Hofstadter, the leagues of common men wanted to get along with as little leadership as possible from the educated and propertied class. In a country where most people didn't even have an elementary education, where could these common folks look for guidance, if not to learned scholars? Rather than, say, pushing to expand the realm of higher education to make it accessible to the everyman, something else happened. As Hofstadter explains, as popular democracy gained strength and confidence, it reinforced the widespread belief in the superiority of inborn, intuitive, folkish wisdom over the cultivated, over-sophisticated, and self-interested knowledge of the literati and the well-to-do. That is to say, the ethos of 19th century America was to trust your gut, not a book. We see touches of this mindset in some of Rogan's logic-driven but ultimately disreputable pontificating today. For example, Rogan once said something about COVID vaccines that might first strike you as relatively intuitive.
But if you're like 21 years old and you say to me, should I get vaccinated? I go, no. Are you healthy? Are you a healthy person? Like, look, don't do anything stupid, but you should take care of yourself. You should, if you're a healthy person and you're exercising all the time and you're young and you're eating well, and like, I don't think you need to worry about this.
Of course, within the epidemiological community, there's near unanimous agreement that young, healthy people absolutely should be vaccinated, because the issue is more complicated than Rogan's common sense. That speaks to an inconvenient reality about our world. The Venn diagram of intuition and fact does not always overlap. Anyway, Rogan addressed the backlash by essentially abdicating intellectual responsibility. But back to history. Anti-intellectualism in America was really off to the races with the rise of Jacksonian democracy around 1822. Andrew Jackson's administration distrusted expertise and intellectual, and basically kickstarted their expulsion from political life for decades. Now, as author Tom Nichols points out in his book, The Death of Expertise, societies tend to thrive when people don't have to rely on their own expertise in every single arena of life. Back when everybody had to be able to hunt their own food, build their own homes, and make their own clothes and bind their own wounds, workmanship was a lot shoddier. Not having enough time to devote to knowing one thing or a small number of things made our ancestors jacks of all trades and masters of none. But for a lot of American history, this kind of self-reliance by the uneducated common man was extolled as virtuous. At the same time, because most professions back then required little to no formal education, intellectualism was seen more as a luxury than as a necessity. The growing world of business also emphasized intuition versus over-intellectualizing. Again, not unlike Joe Rogan. But as the world became increasingly complicated via the Industrial Revolution, it also became increasingly difficult to be functionally self-reliant. Experts with specific knowledge were brought back into the fold of political life in the Progressive Era at the end of the 19th century, where they would basically maintain sway throughout the New Deal era. Back then, their priorities pretty much aligned with those of the aggrieved common man, who had seen their country hijacked by the likes of Gilded Age robber barons. But what really changed everything, according to Hofstadter, was the rise of anti-communist sentiment in America. See, a fair amount of public intellectuals had communist sympathies, and due to anxieties that climaxed during the Red Scare of the 1950s, these experts in everything from social sciences to chemistry to screenwriting were systematically purged from public life.
One of the wildest parts about that retconning is like that Americans just simply don't think any of these like prominent intelligent individuals, like prominent intellectuals, revolutionary thinkers, from MLK to even Einstein, for example, were just straight up fucking socialists. Like, and not only is that not known, but that fucking attitude, that Red Scare era anti-communist sentiment is so deeply ingrained in American thought that when you explain to people that no, they are actually socialists, like they wrote extensively on it, like Einstein, for example, like literally wrote about socialism and how it was fucking poggers. People will be like, no, that's not true. That's just not true, man. It's crazy. Like, that's how effective brainwashing is. That's how effective the Red Scare was. It's like hard to comprehend.
Across the board, intellectuals were met with a suspicion and hostility that, as Hofstadter noted in 1963, was still alive and well. But ironically, at the same time as hostility towards intellectuals was resurging, America began needing experts more than ever. As Hofstadter explained of early 1960s America...
What? You don't realize how you still have some as well? What?
Society has grown greatly in complexity and in involvement with the rest of the world. In most areas of life, formal training has become a prerequisite to success. At the same time, the complexity of modern life has steadily whittled away the functions the ordinary citizen can intelligently and comprehendingly perform for himself. This only intensified as America became increasingly oriented towards knowledge work. In the complicated post-industrial revolution world, we can't all know everything, so we rely on experts, an architect to design the building, an electrician to wire it, a plumber to make the toilet work, etc. In situations like this, we understand that someone who has been trained and certified and worked at it for years is probably the person you want. Even if, like me, you thought you could fix your toilet and then ended up having to number 2 at a coffee shop for a week. But as Nichols notes, this isn't the case when it comes to more heady, less hands-on work. Americans, he writes, tend to really chafe at the idea that we're not all equally as smart and capable as the next guy, especially if we still suspect that guy might have communist sympathies.
American exceptionalism is what that attitude comes from. Like, Americans are incredibly entitled. Americans are incredibly fucking up their own asses and think that they think that they just like straight up have an opinion that has to be heard by people.
So even as American resentment towards intellectuals grew, we became increasingly reliant on them in every facet of life, thus further augmenting that resentment. Nichols argues that this hostility has continued into the present day, and we think that's part of why Rogan is so appealing. He's not an expert, and doesn't try to be. He embodies an overarching ethos that, as Hofstadter puts it, the plain sense of the common man is an altogether adequate substitute for, if not actually much superior to, formal knowledge and expertise. And this is an ethos that has dominated American society for much of its history. Now, there's a real psychological reason why trusting experts can feel disempowering, especially as we've entered the knowledge era. where hugely complex endeavors like sequencing the human genome or coding self-driving cars have been accomplished. It's easy to feel like we know nothing, and that's not a fun feeling. As Nichols writes, the fact of the matter is that we cannot function without admitting the limits of our knowledge and trusting in the expertise of others. We sometimes resist this conclusion because it undermines our sense of independence and autonomy. This natural human reaction among individuals is dangerous when it becomes a shared characteristic among entire societies. In other words, it's fair to hate being wrong about stuff. The problem is when this becomes a larger societal mindset. Because what happens if nobody's willing to be wrong, if every opinion holds equal weight, regardless of its grounding in facts or reality? When this becomes a society's guiding ethos, we run the risk of dismantling the very foundations of knowledge that enable progress. As Nichols notes, today, the issue is not indifference to established knowledge. It's the emergence of a positive hostility to such knowledge. It is a new declaration of independence. No longer do we hold these truths to be self-evident. We hold all truths to be self-evident, even the ones that aren't true. And that's where we
Did you watch the North Korea propaganda video that came out today? Did I? That's how I started off my day, dude.
Run into trouble with Joe Rogan. Sure, the guy consults plenty of reputable experts, but he also consults people who have been ostracized by the scientific community for spreading misinformation and extolling science that hasn't been replicated or peer-reviewed. He also regularly...
Yeah, I don't like how much Tom Nichols is... I don't like how much he fucking had Tom Nichols prominently featured in this video.
Asks people their opinion on topics on which they are not experts and probably haven't formed opinions with the same rigor as someone with, say, a graduate degree. So what happens when this potpourri of voices is heard on the same platform? The message becomes implicit. All of these truths are equally valid. And when you have folks urging people to get vaccines and some urging you not to, the collapse of reliable truths becomes truly dangerous. Sure, you might choose to take the expert certified opinion that vaccines save lives to heart. Or you might vibe more with Rogan's implicit logic that vaccines are an unnecessary risk for young people. Or you may favor the doctor whose unprovable anti-vax views leave him standing alone in the medical community. But when all opinions are given equal weight, choosing who to believe becomes a trickier prospect. And this is actually made all the more complicated by Rogan's personal affect. He has an almost childlike sense of credulity, often acting as impressed, surprised, or delighted by someone's opinion. And sure, Rogan might push back on some of his most inflammatory guests.
The doctor responsible for inventing mRNA vaccines, dude, look how fucking widespread misinformation is. He's not responsible for inventing mRNA vaccines, dude. Okay? It's just not even remotely true. And he himself, Robert Malone, has personally admitted that it's not true when questioned about it. So he wrote one fucking paper in like 1985, I think, or 1989. I don't know exactly what year it was, about the delivery mechanism of the mRNA vaccine. There are people that are profoundly more important in its development.
Though he does give them plenty of time to share their opinion. But overall, he's more interested in hearing his guests out than in engaging in rigorous debate. And this is the root of the problem. To explain, we need to look to epistemology, a branch of philosophy concerned with investigating knowledge and human understanding, or how we know what we know. And specifically, the subsection of that branch called virtue epistemology. Virtue epistemologists spend a lot of time thinking about epistemological virtues, i.e. intellectual virtues, or
Dr.
qualities
Post
of a
Malone
person's
invented
character or disposition that contribute to their ability to acquire knowledge. These include traits like curiosity, humility, objectivity, and creativity. Epistemological vices, as scholar Eric Kramer explains, are the opposite. Character traits or thought patterns that impede or prevent the acquisition of knowledge. These include dogmatism, intellectual...
Not true. Rogan does press his viewers. Maybe not always, but what that guy said isn't really correct either. Yes, as the fucking #1 Joe Rogan head in the media, I say this all the time. Joe Rogan has certain issues that he will not budge on, okay? Like the top of the hour ad break coming at 5:15 rather than at 5 p.m. He will not budge on it, okay? He's going to serve it no matter how much you write in the chat, like, oh, run the ad, run the ad, run the ad. Like, he will not budge on it. Thank you, Chad Rage, for the 5 gifted subs, allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads. If you don't want to see those ads, okay, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $5. If you're not lucky enough to get gifted a sub, okay, you can do that for free with a Twitch Prime if you don't have $5. This is the 1 minute ad break now. But Joe Rogan does have issues that he will literally press people on. It's just that, unfortunately, vaccine misinfo has become one of those issues. Okay? You get it? Do you understand? That's the problem. Things would be better if it was just smoking weed or whatever. The issues that he has like a hardline stance on that is that will not budge. If those issues just stayed in the field of smoking weed, then that would be fine. But now it's like trans athletes. That's one that he will never bend on. And then the other is like vaccine misinfo. It's one that he will never bend on. Okay? Sucks.
Dishonesty and wishful thinking. The most important epistemological vice for our purposes is gullibility or credulity. Though the term epistemological vice is somewhat new, the concept goes way back. In 1661, philosopher Joseph Glanville criticized skepticism and credulity as equal and opposite vices toward the obtaining of knowledge. Of credulity, he described the human tendency to make precipitate, i.e., hasty judgments when we choose to receive all things via promiscuous admission, which coincidentally was written about me in a bathroom stall in college. Basically, while the skeptic might choose not to accept even the most persuasive, well-formed argument, the credulous person does the opposite. Credulity implies a lack of discernment, and credulous folks tend to accept knowledge from the latest person they speak to, in spite of qualification or persuasiveness. It's being promiscuous with your brain, which, to be clear, is different than having an emotional affair. Credulity, like other epistemological vices, thus impedes the careful acquisition of knowledge. And that's what we think Joe Rogan's show is probably doing. By presenting a broad range of voices of varying degrees of credibility without rigorous pushback or a journalistic reliance on fact, the show establishes those views as essentially equally valid. And we'd argue that Rogan's much lauded open-mindedness falls more in the camp of credulity. What's more, the way he exhibits this trait with nearly every guest encourages the audience to similarly lack discernment. In a way, Joe Rogan's success in America makes a ton of sense. He's kind of the contemporary embodiment of that old American populist tendency to trust your gut when you hear something that sounds right, rather than listening to the annoying expert who's been studying the topic for years. These days, it's become something of a cliche to say that podcasting comedians like Rogan are the new philosophers. But in Rogan's case, epistemic credulity is precisely what makes him not at all like, say, Socrates, the first live-action podcaster. Socrates built his philosophical wisdom on self-examination and the acceptance of one's own ignorance, which meant that when he had guests, i.e. Athenian leaders, on his podcast, i.e. a street corner, he aimed to push them through a series of questions to evaluate the truth of their arguments. Unlike Socrates, Rogan...
Oh, so Rogan is just stupid? Just smear people some more, huh? Dude, Rogan himself admits he's fucking stupid, okay? And also, people are stupid. It's part of Rogan's appeal is that he's stupid. And other stupid people like him because they're also stupid. Same part of my appeal as well. I'm stupid. Okay?
Seems mostly comfortable with letting everyone share their opinions, with some exceptions, rather than pushing his guest and himself towards a deeper level of self-examination. So, if you're seeking philosophical wisdom, probably stick to YouTube. But what do you guys think? Is Joe Rogan's show a beacon of inquiry and wisdom, or is it a bastion of stoner anti-intellectualism? Let us know in the comments. Big thanks to our patrons, and be sure to check out our Patreon page if you have not before, because we are about to unveil some very cool new features. Pump up that subscribe button like your Rogan's beef-fueled biceps, and don't forget...
Okay. Well...
Thanks for helping me out with the hog brain part.
I mean, there's like multiple different reasons as to why Joe Rogan is so popular, and part of it is because there's a complete breakdown in trust in mainstream media. There's a breakdown in the trust in government. They just don't trust their government for understandable reasons. They recognize some of the hurt that they feel. So it's quite difficult to trust the government after all of that. What's your biggest conspiracy theory about historical figures that you think probably didn't exist? I mean, I have a lot of conspiracy theories, but I don't know what you mean by conspiracy theories that probably don't exist. I can't speak on that. But I mean, I literally just mentioned that, like, my conspiracy theory, for example, is that Alex Jones is a psyop.
Hasan, I have turned into a MySkiff viewer thanks to you, MySkyful.
I think Alex Jones is a psyop by the American government to make it seem like you know, conspiracy theories are just fake and that there's no way. Hold on, I'm looking up. I'm trying to download the Kirby game. I forgot to do that. Is it on the eShop or Nintendo Switch Online? Pussy Riot has controlled Russian opposition. I don't want to say anything, but you know, she did. Pussy Riot was saying some sussy ass shit. It's Kirby and the Forgotten Land, right? It's Kirby and the Forgotten Land, right? Okay, we're not going to do that yet, though, obviously. I'm going to look at OK Buddy, baby. Let's go.
To many more years. Love you, Has.
It's OK Buddy, bruv. Yeah, that's right. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it, then.
What a fucking...
Nope, not that one. Oops, wrong one. Where the fuck is it? Which one was it? Which one was the OBH anthem? Oh, what a liar. The more I sleep, the more my fucking brain is fucked up. I don't know why, okay?
Involuntary celibate. It's like a community.
Like, I've been sleeping, I've been getting like crazy amounts of REM sleep.
I'm not saying I'm cringing right now.
And it's been fucking my brain up, I feel like.
Is the incel, involuntarily celibate, who never gets laid. He's like unable to get laid. He's very nerdy. He has terrible posture, and that would be someone that would be considered a cab.
I have been getting deep sleep. Thank you, Flawless Cowboy, for the 5 gifted subs.
Holy shit, dude.
Let's go. It's okay, buddy time, baby. Hasan, did you see that Gravel Institute deleted their Ukraine vid? Why? They shouldn't have. It was very good. Okay. Let's do it. It's okay, buddy time. Bat Chest Blammo. Okay, buddy mods watching the community drive another meme into the ground. It's true. It's true. Okay, buddy. Not destroying a meme into the ground challenge. Impossible difficulty, dude. Impossible. They're already fucking... Blammo is already getting destroyed, okay? Politics frogs, fuck off. Wait, why? What are they? What's happening? I just read it in general. This is what the left loses. Leftist skincare, liberal skincare, conservative skincare. God damn, dude. First of all, I take this as not a shot being fired, but I take this as you know, you hyping me up big time. Because honestly, my skin's so good that you had to fucking apply some crazy filter over it to make it look bad. Like, I'll take it, dude. I'll take it. Hasan dancing. What the fuck? That's pretty good.
Happy 2 months, Daddy.
Thank you. That was great. It is how I be dancing. Hasan knows better than Hermione.
Wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. You do it then if you're so clever. Go on, go on.
13 months, bitches.
Wingardium.
Blammo! When the U.S. military hears about Hasan's oily hair, what the fuck?
Happy 4
It's
months,
not oily. It's just wet. I am sick and tired of motherfuckers who've never showered thinking my hair is greasy. Get blammoed, dude. Oh, shit. Okay, this is fire. What the fuck? That's, oh my God.
Poo-poo.
This is incredible. Also, you're being Italiophobic. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Girl boss. Damn, this is an old ass photo of me that you like redrew. Yeah, that's some shirt design shit right there. It's sick. We're not making any merch right now until we fucking deliver merchandise to people who still haven't been able to get it. What happened to the schizo poster? Oh, this is Durham Operations. Not watching that. No more misconceptions. Most people will tell you I'm from Turkey, but I'm actually from New Jersey, specifically Central Jersey. I'm not. Stop! Central Jersey does not exist. There's only North Jersey, and people from North Jersey lie and say they're from New York. And then there's South Jersey, and people from South Jersey lie and they say that they are from Philadelphia. There's no such thing as Central Jersey. It does not exist. Also, no one is technically from Jersey. No one admits that they're from New Jersey. This is false. It's either you're a Taylor ham boy or you are a pork roll boy. Okay, that's it. Stop. You do not know what you're engaging in. You're literally, oh my God, dude. You're just making stuff up. You're breaking an important bond of truthfulness and trust. Okay, getting used to water paint. So here's Hasan, very poggers. You're right. That is very poggers. Seriously, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. Punk Ash Chip, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. And Sunny Chris, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Why is everybody gifting subs right now? What the fuck's going on? People were like, oh, we're so starving for OKBUDDY that you finally looked at it, so we're just going to fucking shower you in gifts.
I love living in Jersey, Aja, and I just hate paying Jersey prices.
The 821 files. Weekly OKBUDDY from now on or else. Hasan, it's been too long since your last OKBUDDY visit. You leave us no choice but to start leaking the 821 files. Thank you, King More leaks Big will follow Dip. if you don't do weekly OKBUDDY for the 5 gifted subs. Okay, I'll do it all the time. Do we have new OKBUDDY memes?
Should we watch? Are we on OKBUDDY right now?
Yeah, we're looking at OKBUDDY. It failed though. I stopped. By the way, what's in the 821 files that makes Hasan so scared of it being revealed? What is in there? Don't worry about it, chatter. Come on, I think Fizz used Hasan's credit card to buy the chat snackies. Uh-oh. Dude, if this opens, I'm never... Stop. You said you'd never reveal it. What? The Hasan Battalion's active in what? Oh my God. 821 was an inside job? God damn. Dude, Comrade Lamb has literally just gotten better at editing. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, Comrade Lamb, over the course of him just like posting on OKBUDDY, has actually become like a good editor. This is crazy. Wait, let's see what he... Austin's real name is what? It doesn't say. The Hasan Battalion is active in what? Nice bathroom and useless bisexual aren't real. Blammo is code for what? What is it code for? Damn, that was pretty good, dude. Good job. That was really fucking good. I'm just saying that so he doesn't reveal all those information, all those secrets. Hasan is not a real weeb. Thank you. I'm not. And this is a good photo that of a good art style to show that I am not a weeb. I appreciate this art style, which says I am not a weeb. Congratulations for telling the truth. Hasan's crimes against the council of Dudes Rock. A dumb idea I got on the toilet.
Any update on the murder-suicide you said would happen if Hasan didn't play Elden Ring with you? Yeah, I found out that it's not cross-platform and I gave up.
Oh, yeah, by the way, whose fault was that? Remember? Because I tried, and then I didn't realize that my man didn't have a PlayStation 5. Except he has a PlayStation 4, and he could have still played it on a PlayStation 4. It is cross-platform with the PlayStation 4.
Because I'm not going to play it on PS5 and he's not going to play it on PC. So I was just like, all right, well, that's it. Hasan played the PC version of Elden Ring just yesterday. Wait, why? What?
I did.
Why did he play the PC version yesterday? Did he start over? Did he start a new character? He played a new character to play.
Oh, no.
Oh. So you're telling me
oh no,
he made an effort to play on PC so he could play with a girl.
Oh no, okay, dude. I mean, first of all, the real reason why I have the PC version is so I can fucking PvP some of you PC clowns constantly talking about PC supremacy. Okay. Bullshit. That's the real reason why I got it.
All around me are familiar faces.
Arjan, when will you realize you're only good for a girl and chanting Blammo at us? Okay.
HasanAbi Piker. The Court of Dudes Rock has found you guilty of one most heinous crime. A breach of Proverbs 8:21. He who is a brother shall never choose hoes before bros. Such a devastating crime shall be met with an even more devastating punishment. As such, the court has sentenced you to...
God damn it, dude. Okay, listen, the punishment does not fit the crime here, okay? This is one of the absolute worst things you could do to me. I mean, it's so fucked up. Dude, this motherfucker made like a 2-minute video just to poop sock me. I mean, I'll hand it to you. Fuck it. Imagine going through this level of high effort posting to just poop sock me at the end. God damn it, dude. I got accepted into art college and it's all because of Hasan. I don't know if you can see this, but that is the HasanAbi broadcast on my phone of Biden's inauguration 2021. This was my opening piece in my portfolio. Oh, shit. Look at that. We avoided another Hitler. I thought he was going to say play AC Valhalla. Just like anytime someone gets into art school, we know for a fact that there's not going to be, that person is not going to. I'm sorry. I've just had it. I've just had that in my mind. There was this Nazi who like tweeted a thread of like the guy who got into the art school instead of Hitler, and that person was that person. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I forget what the fucking. You definitely saw it if you're on Twitter as much as I am. Yeah, Egon Schiele was the person who actually got into art school instead of Hitler, Adolf Hitler, when he was trying to, become a, when he had a blossoming career as a painter. And banned for one day and you take up the edgy mantle? What? Oh, no. Goddamn, your ass deep in the brain rot? No, but the thing is, the person that actually got into art school slapped. Like, they were really fucking good. But they were degenerate, okay? They were degenerate. Art style that you would consider to be degenerate. Hitler, on the other hand, and I looked through a lot of his paintings, was not good at all. Like, he missed out on a lot of the fundamentals. He tried to like make realistic, hyper-realistic renditions of like castles and whatnot, but his perspective is so bad. It's actually really fucking bad. Like, he was asset painting, dude. It was kind of wild. And I say this as like, I say this as someone who never got professional training. So now you know about R2? Yeah, of course. I never got professional training, but I hated watercolor, obviously, when I was growing up. I hated painting when I was growing up. And you guys have seen my my one, like Hylas and the Nymphs or whatever. I've shown it to you. There's a Twitter link in here somewhere. One of the Turkish HasanAbi heads found it in the high school that I went to in Turkey and literally posted photos of it. And I have a DeviantArt as well, some would say. But I don't know where it is. Don't worry about my DeviantArt. Shut the fuck up in the chat, okay?
I don't think anyone would say Hitler's perspective on anything was good, Hasan.
Does anyone have my painting? Does anyone have the link to my painting, like, readily available? I want to show it, but... Anyway, whatever. He was just fucking terrible, dude. He was actually terrible. He was actually... Hitler was actually terrible. His perspective was so off. It was kind of dog shit. I'm trying to... What are you guys linking?
16 months of virginity preserved.
No links allowed during OKBUDDY warning. Oh, because there's a Fossa bot that's active. Oh, here. You guys found it? Here it is. I painted this in 08. These are Turkish HasanAbi heads, by the way. Yeah. Here it is. It was a John William Waterhouse painting. I think it's fucking dog shit. People think this is good. I think it's horrible. I personally hate this. I think this painting is awful. I suck at painting. It's not decent at all. This is fucking terrible. And you guys are just simps for saying that it's good. Oh, this is the Hitler art simp. Yeah, here it is.
It is Lil Krish. I will do anything to get unbanned.
Adolf Hitler versus Egon Schiele, the man who beat him for a place in the Vienna Academy of Art but died of flu before career fulfilled. You be the judge. And at first I was like, does he mean like Egon Schiele is like fucking destroying Hitler? Because the first two are Hitler paintings. These are made by Adolf Hitler. The second two are Schiele, right? And these are fucking awesome. Like, these are incredible. And then I looked into it a little bit further and I was like, God damn, bro, this motherfucker sucked at perspective. Look at these lines, brother. Look at this. What's happening with this building, dude? What's going on? Is it on a slant? Is the building falling into the fucking... What's happening? It's like one of the most basic things you could do. I don't know what's happening with this roof, whatever this thing is. There's a window here, but no window there. And this window is not even lined up with the other one. Like, how the fuck did he expect to get in? Look at these windows. What is this window with the rest of these? Why is this window just larger? It honestly feels like instead of lining up the perspective, he literally just individually drew windows in.
That's just
and the sizing is inconsistent too. I mean, this stuff is like pretty fucking basic. Pretty basic shit, okay? Now you might say, well, what about Picasso or whatever the fuck, right? And it's like, obviously, in order to reach a level where you destroy perspective and destroy, I don't know, representation, you at least need to have the bare bones, okay? Like there's a level of destruction that's supposed to be deliberate. This, on the other hand, is not. This is not deliberate. This is just amateur art that most people that have like at least even a little bit of competence in the field would recognize. And also, yeah, Picasso could also paint classically, of course. Lamau 6 foot versus 5'11" painting. Yeah, it's so. Yeah, and by the way, he wasn't even trying to be abstract here. He was just, this was his attempt at realism. Someone said, yeah, Hitler sucked at painting. I'm so glad he didn't become an artist. Yeah, that's the, yeah, it's the worst thing, dude. He was so bad at art.
They asked him to create fascinating art and he responded, yeah, I can do fascism art.
Shadows are fucked up. They're all over the place. I don't know where the sun's supposed to be coming in from. Relax with the line perspective slander. We can't all do them right. I get so many points taken off for that. But yeah, but you do get points taken off for that. And that's the whole point. Is that you're not, that was a good one, Dono, that you can't do that. Like you have to get the basics down. Paintings of George W. Bush.
22 months, no life, Haas boggies.
Ugh. Derivative. Hope he found another career path he enjoys. Oh, Hitler? Yeah. In 2015, 14 paintings and drawings by Hitler fetched some $450,000 in an auction in Nuremberg. The auction house defended the sale by arguing that paintings had historical importance. This is bullshit. That's wild that someone was like, I'm going to drop $500,000 on Hitler. Original Hitlers. House is literally crooked. Yeah, I saw a bunch. So then I went and looked at a bunch of his other work, and they are fucking not good, dude. They're just not good. It's wild. He just did not have a keen eye, and he could not comprehend perspective at all for some weird reason. I mean, this is not balanced either. Like, he failed at the most fundamental level. Oh my God, his humans are... Okay. Crazy. A German painter. What's this? Paintings by German painter Adolf Hitler. Posted by a Turkish guy in the r/Europe. This one's not as bad. I think. I can't... Nothing immediately creeps out at me. I think, like, the humans are sized weirdly. And I don't know why this light pole would be so gigantic, but Maybe they have big light poles like that in Europe. I don't know. Like, where is the sun? What is this? This gigantic thing? Is that like a water fountain or something? And also, if the sun is coming from this angle, look at the shading, right? If the sun's coming from that angle, why is this side also dark? Why is this side, I mean, I guess this side is a little bit shaded, but why does the lamp shade not have a shadow? Why is that not casting a shadow? And where is that tram coming from? There's no rail leading to it. Like, he's missing.
Enjoy your commentary.
It's casting light, not shadow. It's a lamp. Wait, what? You think fucking figures that have light, that cast light, don't have shadows directly on the building IRL for comparison? I mean, those are some big ass fucking lamp posts. You know what's funny? It literally feels like sometimes I would do this as well, where I would like get into painting something or like drawing something, and I would get bored halfway, like by the end of it, and I'd just be like, fuck it. Like, I don't want to fucking finish the shading. You know what I mean? It's just like too much. This is good enough. And I think that's what he was doing. Like, it just feels like it literally feels like he would just like paint, and then he wasn't like good at shading, so he would just like stop. Very lazy. Oh my God, we just found out Hitler was ADHD. Makes sense as to why he would take meth. Oh my God, he was literally neurodivergent. Hitler be like, I'm literally neurodivergent, sweaty. Look at the people's height at the base of the lamp. Yeah. I feel fucked up for thinking this art isn't that bad. No, it's not good. Like, this is, if you're not classically trained and someone makes, if your child makes this, you're like, oh my God, this is incredible. But if you're like actually trying to become a fucking artist, if you're actually trying to become like an actual professional artist and you're applying to the most prestigious like art school, this is not going to be enough at all. I mean, there's like some serious fucking, some serious issues with shading, a lot of serious issues with perspective. Sizing is off too. Even someone as like untrained as myself would be able to pick some shit like this apart. You know what I mean? Are we ever going to cancel him? Oh, he was a bad guy. Why are you acting like you even know what good art looks like? Dog, my mom is literally a fucking PhD art historian. What the fuck?
ADHD meth taking Hitler. Huh, interesting.
What the fuck? I mean, I grew up with all of this. Well, not the Hitler stuff, but I grew up with a lot of art, okay? And I also used to draw.
24 months on your B-Day, Pog.
It was atrocious. That's a pretty good painting, right? You just enjoyed one of Adolf Hitler's artworks. Yeah, that's not a pretty good painting. Hold on. Yeah, dude. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the window to the door. 90-degree angle for the windows.
We fucking did it, boys.
Why is this window hidden underneath the stair? Why are there stairs in front of the window? Same thing as Ben Shapiro. My dad was a music theorist. I mean, Ben Shapiro knows how to fucking, you know, play the violin. What do you mean? Like, I think he knows how to fucking, you know, he knows how to play the violin. Also, my criticism is adequate regardless. So even if you don't believe like my background or whatever, even if you don't think I know anything about art, and by the way, Ben Shapiro's problem is not his like knowledge over music theory. His problem is racism applied to the music theory. Or rather, his blind spots in his music theory, specifically his white supremacist blind spots in his music theory. Okay? And even if you don't think I have my bona fides in art or whatever, which is fine, like it's totally understandable. I haven't drawn in many, many years. And also, I'm not, again, I always explain this, I'm not, you know, professionally trained at all, right? Just look at what I'm saying and you know, argue that my criticisms are incorrect. And my criticisms are not incorrect. They're adequate. Things that I am criticizing him for, Adolf Hitler for, are literally the same reasons why he couldn't get into art school. World's tallest door would literally be larger than the lamp from this perspective? Yeah, dude. The door that far away, but that tall, taller than the fucking lamp, it's crazy. Why y'all defending Hitler? Yeah, also the stairs blocking the window. We already made fun of that, but the window at the bottom left is facing towards us. Yeah, this window is staring at us because the building is like moving.
If Rose had asked Hitler to draw her like one of his French girls, the Titanic would have sunk without the iceberg just to get rid of that painting.
Bro, you were missing the point. The problem isn't that it's not realistic enough. The problem is that art schools expect more than just reproductions of reality. No one wants a human photographer. First of all, that's not even true. You can you know, demonstrate your skills in realism. This is, what are you talking about? Dude. Brother, this is not deliberate. Okay? These are mistakes. None of this is deliberate. If he was deliberately fucking changing the perspective, then the intention is there, then that makes sense. Okay? Problem is he was going for realism and he still fucked it up. Okay? He wasn't trying to, this is not abstract, dude. Are you really saying one of the most famous fascist motherfucker who quite literally thought all art that wasn't hyper realistic was degenerate and an invention of Jewish people and therefore bad? You mean to tell me that guy was actually going for abstract art here? Is that what you're trying to say? This is literally just a ridiculous defense of Hitler, okay? What the fuck? That's awesome. It's just, the funny part about it is that Adolf versus Egon, the year they applied, huge difference. First tour Adolf, the second tour Egon from 1906, the year Adolf applied. Hitler was explicitly rejected because of his drawing skills. Sheila didn't apply but was recommended by teachers at the school he was already attending. Egon was the youngest person ever admitted. Oh my lord, that's not good. What?
Hitler was the most famous edgelord as well. Why wouldn't he be an edgelord in paintings as well? I am not complimenting him, by the way.
If you think Hitler's art is good, you are a Nazi. Sorry, sweaty. I don't make the rules. No, you can separate the art from the artist, okay? But in this instance, you don't have
I did
to.
not think on a
That's
Friday
all I'm going to
night I
say.
would be in Arjan's chat seeing chat argue with Arjan over Hitler's artwork. Why has my life gone so wrong to be this degenerate?
He's just bad. Like, transparently, openly, clearly bad. Never heard you say anything bad about the perspectives in Putin's paintings. How do we get to this? Picasso's incredible childhood paintings reveal a different side of the modern artist. Bro, this motherfucker was just drawing anime, dude. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Okay Buddy. How the fuck, only on this broadcast do you get to go an extended stun lock of Hitler's art? A real artist? Yeah, the paintings of George W. Bush, baby. Low key, I hate to admit it, but George W. Bush was a better artist. I think. I mean, he's a disgusting piece of shit, but it's not terrible. Some of his paintings actually are literally like the inventions of a madman, okay? I think some of his paintings are really fucked up. Like, hold on, let's see. George W. Bush paintings. Let's see more of it. Like I don't know why. I mean, he just only, when he's like going for his, when he's going for like historical figures, blah, 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 it's one thing, right? He does have a distinct style, which I think at least is like kind of unique, and I like it. But when he moves away from people and tries to I don't know, draw like dogs or shit like that. Wait, he did not draw this. He did not draw Guantanamo Bay, right?
Don't forget to drink water and stretch, chat. Nearly all very much has.
See, wait, I'm not alone. Other people feel this way too. Being a bad painter, being a bad president doesn't necessarily make you a bad painter. It's low-key not that bad. This is insane. This shit is fucking brazy, okay? This is what I was looking for. This is why I can't stand art majors. Wait, why? This is insane. Like an insane thing to paint. This one too. Yo, this is why Madeline died, brother.
Hassle.
I swear to God, she saw this and fucking was like, all right, I'm out. Oh my Lord, dude. Okay, what do you think of this underground artist? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. This one is very deeply unsettling, okay? Deeply unsettling. Even if you don't know where the painting came from, it's a I don't want to look at it anymore. It's fucked up.
Hearing you talk about art theory and history is hot.
Okay, we're done. We're done. Let's get back to OKBUDDY, the real art. Real artistic interpretation and visions of a community, visions of mad men and women and mad MBs. Where's the foo going? HasanAbi? Which Bob? Wait, what was the meme? Which Bob do I wear today? Dude, I am so down. Look at how fucking high my socks are. I am down as a motherfucker, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna let Minion or the Bob for today. Yeah, the Minion or the Bob. I'm so fucking down. I'm a down ass fool. Philip DeFranco really has a huge hard on for Hasan. Man, I have no problem with this. I love this shit. Okay, as long as he keeps posting my sexy ass photos, dude, I'm down. You know, fuck it. Some of this is really funny though because it makes it seem like, you know, Dave Chappelle's 3 Demands Exposed and like I'm one of them. Russia invaded Ukraine. What now? I invaded Ukraine. Stop snitching. Disturbing Pokemon Hasan. Shame on you, Ethan Klein and Hasan Piker.
THX
Lawsuits
for 13
incoming.
months,
Joe Rogan
loving
versus
you,
Hasan Piker. Like Joe Rogan is suing me, dude. I love these thumbnails. These thumbos are good, dude. These are good thumbos. Okay.
Shout out to my favorite Thimbo. Spending my B-day
I was
right
sad
next
and
to
I drew
Hassel.
HasanAbi. You drew me as Garfield. It's awesome. How much money do I have to send for you to make a TikTok live right now? Wait,
Sheesh.
why? I do need to make some TikToks, though. I need to get back on TikTok. I really think Hasan needs this shirt. Crying in the club products. Got my ass eaten at a Bass Pro Shops pyramid. Okay, the shirt is sick, though. Right. What Marxist theory have you read? None. I don't read. Hair not greasy? Okay, did. Come on, bro. You really gonna fucking... Ew, dude. That's messed up. You're really gonna fucking compare me to No Neck Ed? That's messed up. Okay, Sneeko. I want to seize the means of production, but I'm dummy thick, so the clap of my ass cheeks keep alerting the bourgeoisie. The Bob for today. That's such an old meme. You're a wizard, Hasan. Alakablamo. Latino Dolazal, straight up, dude. I'm Flexican as fuck. Sorry. When stepfather...
Losers, we're going blammo. Fuck it, I'm saying it, dude. I'm a blammo guy now. They didn't losers, we're going blammo. Fuck it, I'm saying it, dude. I'm a blammo guy now. Blammo! Yeah, I'm blamming off, dude. Blammo. It's fucking blammo time, dude. Blammo! Blammo. For real blammo moment, dude. Oh, blammo.
You just got fucking blammoed.
I can't believe 100 Gex remakes my poop sock blammo edition. Chat be like, so-called free thinkers on the way to add ussy to the end of every word. Straight up. It's true. It's true. Y'all are sheep. Base Marat. Cringe pig. Turns off body camera kills a person versus base firefighter. Wait, a dog is in the building? I'm going back in. Yeah, it's true. Where Hasan gets that Dyson, when Hasan gets that Dyson Airwrap material gwirl, is that what it is? Is that how you do it? What is this? Is this what a Dyson Airwrap is? How does that work? Lori didn't have to do him like that. Lol.
Lori, are you smart?
See,
Who is that?
whoever he is, he got a small head.
That ain't nice, Lori, but good job.
You added someone. You that's not the original. You added the photo of me onto that TikTok. That's so fucked up. That's messed up. Different photo there, and you added me to that TikTok, and that's unacceptable. Unacceptable what you did, what you did there. A fit God and his disciple. That's right. Graham is a fit God. And I'm simply following in on his footsteps, dude. Painting of Hasan, Nardo's Arts.
Six months of brain rot and no maidens.
Okay, 5 minutes, dude. We gotta fucking hit that. We're hitting that on the 2-speed. Yeah, of course it's better than Hitler's art, dude. This guy's actually talented. Or girl. Or MB. Stunning. Decadent. Very relaxing. Even at 2x speed is relaxing. Yes, lovely. Find yourselves basking in this wonderful work of art. Yes.
4 months
Decadent.
of tassel. Thanks, chat less than 3.
Excellent. Yes, the shading is quite spectacular. A lot better than what Hitler would do.
As weird.
A lot better. Hate that the only way I can talk about art now is by referencing Hitler. Sorry. It looks like that Cuban guy on shirts. Good one, dude. Wonderful, excellent, decadent work. Thank you, the Nardos. Beautiful, for this beautiful work of art. Very nice. HasanAbi Elden Ring style song I made for the stream. Upvote if you like it, y'all. Damn, bro, nobody upvoted. 2 days ago, 6 upvotes. Pretty good. I don't know why nobody upvoted it. Sick as fuck, actually. I mean, you nailed it, dude. You fucking nailed it. It literally sounds exactly like the boss music. You know what I mean? Like we're in a fucking battle. It's a strong 10. Wow. I'm gonna play this music every time I dunk on a chatter. This is the music that starts playing whenever chatter says some dumb shit, and I pull up their logs.
Epic.
That was great, Daniel Cruz. AKA Sonic Medley. Good evening. Blammo was a 14-day sociological study conducted by the FBI, federal bikini inspectors, not the other one. We are now complete with our study. Thank you for your time.
I said it one time. One time. I've never said it before.
Blammo.
And I've never said it after.
Say blammo for the Blam Nation. I despise that this has become a real thing.
Blammo. Blammo.
Get blammo. Yeah, I'm blamming off, dude. Blammo. It's fucking blammo time, dude. Blammo.
Blammo.
Blammo. Blammoed. The real blammo moment, dude. All blammo.
Why? Why is this now a part of the permanent record on the internet to be played in perpetuity? I said it one fucking time, dude.
Cannot stop thinking about Hasan saying blammo yesterday. I said it one time. On accident. One time.
Fuck it, I'm saying.
Blammo. I hate this. I've never said blammo.
I've never said blammo. Never said blammo.
I'm not blasting off. I'm blamming off. I did it for the Blammo boys,
already.
okay?
Can't wait
for
the
Blam
brain
Nation.
rot.
Blammo! There you go, dude. I said it. I fucking said it. Fuck you. I can't believe I said it. It's so nasty.
Oh God, what is wrong?
Hurting me. It's hurting my soul, dude.
What, man?
Yo, all I'm gonna say is
You just got fucking blammoed, son. Okay.
fuck it. I'm saying it, dude. I'm a blammo guy now. Hidden losers were going blammo. Terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely despicable behavior. I am deeply sorry, Hasan. I truly never meant Blam Nation to be this strong. Blam Nation. When mom find the dung sock, what the fuck? Oh no! Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Community can gaslight me into anything, dude. Even saying fucking blammo, like, regularly. Like, I can't stop saying it. Debated a song sketch by L-Dog graphic designer. Debate lords on either side. That's fucking crazy. Okay, it was very good. I beat the weeb allegations. What a fucking liar, dude. Oh my god. Hinata is so hot. Did I say that out loud? Older Hinata, dude. Like the Hinata there, okay? She's 4 years old. Yeah, no, she's literally a fetus. How do you do, fellow socialist? Blammo. The CIA has infiltrated socialism. Sadly, I immediately thought of that Adam Sandler film when Hasan was joking about the person who checks into the legality of heterosexual gay marriage with your best friend. I now pronounce you heterosexual gay married. Hasan has found the perfect girl. Too bad he's agreed to marry his best friend. Includes outrageous cis wet 19 scenes. Blammo Productions presents HasanAbi Piker. You feel pain saying Blammo now? No, I mean, it's like kind of cringe, but whatever. God bless, brother. All-American hero, notice me, senpai.
Please can you look at my band, please? I think it was way too harsh.
Got blammoed. It is important to help our elders navigate technology. All right. Hold on. Let me just like... Thom versus pop-out technology. Why can't I do like just your camera? How do I do that?
9-month brain rot.
You can do a window capture if you pop it out on Discord.
Yeah, no, I mean, you don't even need to pop it out. You could just... Oh, wait. Actually, popping it out is probably smarter, right? Because then you don't show the fucking...
Yeah.
Oh
you don't link
my
DMs.
God, dude. You are literally... This is why you're international chess grandmaster and I'm an idiot. I've been streaming for years and this is not even something I thought about. Holy shit. Hasan discovers pop-out chess circa 2019.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. Dude, this is old as fuck. Yo, this is like some real old head shit.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Let's go, much love.
I've been on Twitch for a year, dude. I can finally see the emotes. I can finally see the emotes. Oh my God.
And then I never even used it because I used Chatterino instead.
This changes everything.
I think the single best piece of advice, constantly think about how you can be doing things better and streaming for years. And this is not even something I thought about. Holy shit. That's crazy.
It's all good. It's all good. I mean, I've leaked plenty of DMs, so we've been there.
That's this is wild. You just changed the game. Straight up. Not getting a little bit of Elon Musk quote there. That's sneaky. Okay, round 2. Edits included referencing streams. I heard we were yassifying Hasan, so I made him an empathetic snowflake like me. Inspired by Sailor Swift. Hasan fan art quotes from this week.
There's 0 calories in weed. It's the thousands of calories that you consume after smoking a weed.
Okay, man. Okay. Let me live. How about let me live? How about, okay.
This motherfucker blocked me too? What is this?
Yo at HasanAbi.
You guys sent me this, but this dude blocked me as well. Why does everybody block me? Okay, love the vibes.
Eating disorder PSA king. Kind of a fire choker. Like, I would wear that. That's a good choker. Respect.
Boy.
A little motivation, hustle hard, rise and grind. Follow your... I can't. I am not laughing at this. This is not funny. This is not a funny joke. This is a bad joke. Oh no! Oh my god! Yeah, it was a real blammo moment. Bro, this community has turned it into Hasan loved 9/11. Like it literally, it went from like, oh, he didn't mean it like that to just straight up, oh no, he loved it. Actually, he celebrates it all the time. Yes, I also played a role in that meme, but like constantly say I was in the rooftops of New Jersey. But goddamn, dude. Who really decides though? Chat, blammo. Hasan, chat, quit trying to make blammo happen. It's not gonna happen. Chat's response. Blammo. Hasan playing video games. Hasan playing video games for charity. Hasan playing video games offline because he cares about the 27%. Respect women's. Hasan having a gamer moment and saying blammo. Dude, are you implying that women don't watch me play video games? Because that's crazy. Hasan mentioned wide body kicks, and this is what I imagined. Me and Murad are going to build that. New boy band just dropped. Austin Ox. The Selfish Tops. I've seen this already. It's pretty good. Women love watching me play video games. Okay. Waiting for Hasan, Your Mom remix.
Dude, I'm not gonna fix the audio. I can't fix the audio, and I can't unfuck your mom. Stop asking me to fix the audio. Milking is what I call what your mother does to my nuts every night. Chatter, who said stop milking it. I'm much happier here fucking your mom every night.
Waiting for your mom to go over to Hasan's house.
Yo, that's me.
She's gonna get dicked down by this Turkish boy. It's all a ploy.
Not. It's too much. It's too much. You guys need Allah.
Hasan fucked your mom.
Become my blade once more.
Hey, Chad like Mariah. Hey, Cave got bops. Hey, Austin on top. Hey, your mom getting dropped. Hey, feeling myself like I'm fucking myself. Mark Fisher on the bookshelf. Fisher on the bookshelf. Hey, Chad like Mariah. Hey, Cave got bops. Hey, Austin on top. Hey, your mom getting dropped. Hey, feeling myself like I'm fucking myself. Mark Fisher on the bookshelf. Fisher on the bookshelf.
Waiting for Hasan.
Did you not realize I was merely being polite? Yo, that's me.
Yeah. Free Palestine, free Lil Kush. Get it like it going up, look at rocket shit. Schizo posters in chat, going back shit. Yeah, got a big gut, like.
I can't. Are you serious, dude? Are you fucking serious? Wrong. Okay, this is wrong. Wrong of you to do this. Yeah, we not making it out the hood with this one. Yeah, this literally sounds like the fucking rap song. Like it just this sounds like the TikTok. He said, free Palestine, free Lil Krish.
She make me come quick, I'm talking vominos. Shut the fuck up and let me ride talk. I'm screaming out ACAB when I hit the block. Jammies in chat if you feeling that. Jammies in the chat if you feeling that. Jammies in the chat if you feeling that. Jammies in the chat if you feeling that.
He farmed you though. Yeah, he farmed you. He farmed Jammy so easy. Y'all are fucking sheeple, dude. Typical chatter after 2 weeks. I like communism now. I wonder how many weeks it took for the other chatter to create that masterpiece. Hope y'all enjoy. I don't even know what this is. Try and tell me this ain't HasanAbi as a cat. I don't appreciate this. My head, the body portions are way better. Bro, this cat is all shoulders, no head. Unlike me. Okay? Unlike me. I'm only half joking. Let's see what this is. I got a couple
3
more in
months
me.
already. Time passes so fast.
Hasan calling a chatter a dumb bitch. Me being scared to chat. Okay, dude. You guys can chat all you want, okay? Just don't say dumb bitch shit. That's it. You know? Paint exit Hasan I made. This is pretty good. I feel like I wish the people, I bet the people that are scared to chat are probably great chatters, should not be afraid of chatting, and the people who are not afraid of chatting should be afraid. It's always, that's how it works every time. It's literally the people who are like, oh, dude, I'm not even afraid, dude. Like, you should be. You actually should be afraid because they say dumb shit all the time. Selfish top. What the fuck? Why is there a QR code in here? Griffith. I am not scanning it, dude. Are you kidding me? Fucking Griffith, the QR code? No shot. I keep saying it, dude. Pepela. Okay, this is the last one.
America deserved blammo, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
We're not there doing our own thing. We're there partnering and training
In a video
and
game.
equipping and
He's gonna keep saying it, dude. First of all, no one, no one says it like that. No one uses the word like that. It's so obvious that, he's like a kid learning a bad word and trying to fucking put it into the conversation. That's not a normal way that a person would use that word. That's a self-report. Blammo.
Okay, on that note, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm done at 7 hours and 25 minutes. What a half day this is. 28 minutes. Okay.
Blammo.
That's right. It's blammo time. I'm going to go play basketball, even though I'm really tired. I don't know why I'm really tired. I can't even fucking walk. I'm going to go try and play basketball. Okay. What did Austin say?
Blammo.
Good stream. He's going to go train for the boxing match. Wait, you know that that's not even a joke, actually. I was approached to do a boxing match, and I was like, no, absolutely not. So it is true.
Hassel, congrats on 4 years. Glad to be a part of this community, Hassel.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs, I mean, thank you so much for sticking around for however many months you've been here. Been here since the beginning. That's crazy. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you, obviously.
Love you, Hassel.
But
19 months.
I mean, I wouldn't have even. A testament to how much I love doing what I do and how easy you guys make it for me is that I didn't even realize I've been on this platform for 4 years. People do an anniversary, you know what I mean? People do an anniversary stream, oh yeah, this is my 2nd year on Twitch, whatever. I'm not even aware of it, you know what I mean? Because it's just every day. It's every day, bro. Straight up. And you know, we've had some ups, we've had some downs. I've probably yelled at you at some point, or I've probably disparaged something that you find to be profoundly important in your life. But I really appreciate you sticking around for it. And that's it, honestly. You know, I love this community. It makes me feel like I'm not working ever. That's why it's so easy for me to do what I do. And right now we're at a bit of a downtrend. It's been getting like a little too hectic. Constantly covering the same stuff over and over again. But usually in a situation like that, all I need to do is just, you know, take one day off and then I'm back at it. Just hit the blammo and then I'm back at it, you know? Anyway, like I said, thanks for everything, guys.
Blammo motherfucker.
Peace.
There he is again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming.
Late to the party. Here via Jeff Bezos.
Again. Hasan is streaming. Hasan is streaming. Reading a live stream, fair comments.
10 more at least, Arjan.
And all the ways the right-wing pipeline can suck you in alive. JCS react, Lord, frame
Hassle, 20 months. Love you, chat. You're the real star, Hassle.
Full-blown mass pandemic monster streaming at your home. Total radicalization coming out to find.
Love you, Daddy Abby.
System you were taught to trust in was broken the whole time.